Oh, jeez. Oh, Dan. Okay, so first and foremost, before we do anything else, it's time to look at Danny. I love looking at Danny. Me when I see Danny. All right, check it out. Check it out, y'all. Image1619.png. I think I got ad limited because a chatter said fuck in the first 7 seconds of my YouTube vid. This is true. This is literally true. This happens all the time now. And there's really nothing you can do about it anymore. That's why I have emote mode at the start of my videos. All right. But why I was a little hesitant to start is because I was replying to this incredible thread that I made.
We got a Guido.
A Guido. If you want to know how studying's going, I stayed up until 3 a.m. last night watching asynchronous lectures and finished sorting my card sleeves like a fucking psychopath. This box was basically, before I started doing the asynchronous lecture, basically just a fucking mess. Now it's not. Whew. And I'll tell you, I threw out a lot too. I threw out a ton of sleeves, and I was right to do it. I'll throw out more. I will throw out more. I'll just go through them real quick with you. I know you all want to see them. So everything in a box is basically what it says on the tin. All these boxes right here are matte outers, as is this one. These three are like sealed ones I've never opened, probably because they don't really work. This one in the middle, for instance, I'll just pull it out real quick, is a gift someone gave me. It's card sleeves, but it's Hillary Clinton with Stone Free as her stand. Like, I'm never going to use these, but I'm not going to throw them out either. I think the one next to it is, yeah. This is an MST.TV invention. Whenever I see Tom, he gives me new sleeves, and I appreciate it. He made these. They're NFT sleeves. And you put them on cards in your binder that are not for trade. But it's very funny. It says admire only on the top. He was walking around that day. He was like, anyone want some NFTs? And I was like, oh, that's funny. Tom's great. What else do we have? Dragon Shield gave me these perfect fits. I don't really like using inners, so I have just all these random perfect fits. Dragon Shield gave me like a care package like 2 years ago, but it was almost exclusively matte outers and the inners that you have to do work for. You know what I'm talking about? Those ones where you like fold them up. And I don't fuck with those. So I just have a bunch of those sitting here. The ones down at the bottom are fantastic. We have here, hold up. First up in this blue box, that's this one. I have not sleeves, but YOLO Swag cards. These are trading cards from the Twitter user YOLO Swag. Let me see if I can pull some out for you. We do have Big Homo. We actually have an alt-art Big Homo as well. I use these as what's it called? Field centers when I'm not in a situation where I can get DQ'd for having a field center that says Big Homo. Yeah, here's the alt-art Big Homo. This is my favorite one. I also have a very specific card that is plastic rather than cardboard, with the explicit understanding that it will be used to cut lines of Coke. We have the Blue Eyes White Power Dragon. A once flourishing species. They stopped reproducing after they discovered hentai. It's good. We have gadiation poisoning. Listen, all the gay ones I want to use as my field center, but I can't get away with. So that's what's in that one, not sleeves. Then this big-ass one in the same column is... Hold up. This one's too big to fit. It's the air butt sticker. There we go. It's too big to fit. Was a Christmas present from Alex Simo. It was the first stupid fucking card back that I did on Dueling Book. He got made into sleeves at a time when you really couldn't. These are sized for Magic the Gathering. I mean, man. And then also in here are about 100 of these. Max. So this is the shittiest sleeve I've ever owned. But when I was a kid, I bought so many cards from a single online seller, and they always shipped in that sleeve, that I had enough for a deck, and I was like, wow, free sleeves. And I think I used those as a kid maybe 100,000 times. They're like splitting, they're bad, they're sized for Magic, but I can't bring myself to throw them out, you know? Just go back here. Then up here we've got, these are world sleeves mostly. There's, I think the Morinfen art sleeves are in there as well. That's world sleeves packaged. That's like the turquoise non-matte Dragon's Shields, which are the only ones that I kept around that were non-matte. These next 7 are like the duels that I use in sequence. For some reason I have enough whites to, I guess, make a new, deck, sleeve a deck in them. I just don't want to, because the white duels I really would not recommend. I think they look like shit and they get crusty easy. But everything else is just extras. These right here, these like kind of yellowing clear sleeves are these outers that everyone was using when they first said you could use outers. They're the official outer sleeves from the Prismatic God Box. They are not good. They're good for extra decks, provided you don't ever use them or shuffle your extra. You can see they get dirty and crusty and nasty almost immediately. Then after that, we have some dual mats that are out of the box. We've got whatever the fuck that is. Oh, these next ones are all purples. That's Magic the Gathering size sleeves. Some perfect fits that are out of the box. Then we got some bangers here on the end. So the oranges are, and this is... Let me see if I can find the original post. So, way back when, on Reddit.com, there was some fucking company that was like, why are we using square cornered sleeves for Magic the Gathering cards which have rounded corners? So they started, I think, like a Kickstarter or something stupid to sell round cornered sleeves, and I think they produced one batch of them and then immediately went bankrupt as people realized they didn't actually want that. But I did get some, and I remember being so excited for these. I thought these were the tightest shit in the universe. These are bar none the worst sleeves I've ever owned in my entire life. For a number of reasons. Let me count how many I have. I think I have below 40 now, which is upsetting. Many of them have perished over the years. I have 22, so not even close. But I'll hold one up to the camera, and you can see it's got a lot going on. First, they get dirty immediately. Second, they're real flimsy. You can't really tell from this, but they are insanely flimsy. They like get these little pock marks in them that like bad sleeves get, like Ultra Pros. Thirdly, I don't know if you can tell, but on the side, the edge here, the way they've sealed these shut is they've crimped them. So each one of these sleeves has been crimped in 3 places, which makes them almost impossible to shuffle. It's just like, it really, really feels terrible. One of the worst of all time. I still have a couple white ones. Damn, some people actually had these. Yeah, no. Surely that makes them illegal. I mean, I wouldn't bring these to a fucking event. Then right after those, we have the Among Us sleeves that someone handed me at a YCS. We have the Ultra Instinct sleeves. That's another Tombox innovation. I use those for extra decks for Edison. We've got some of mine, like the me ones that are just kind of loose. I had a box of these at one point, but now all my extra decks are filled with them, so they're just like there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Beancast sleeves, which is, I don't really know how I would ever play these because I'd have to explain. Yeah, these sleeves are the product of Coder's Subathon Night Crew. So I have those. Those are my sleeves. Do you still sell your sleeves? Good question. I think so. Yeah, so when my sleeves exist through yourplaymat.com, which sells custom art sleeves. And as a proof of concept, they did one that's just like my little guy, but it sells well enough that they just kept it up on their thing. I think if you search your playmat MBT, you get a link to it. But they're expensive as fuck. I will just let you know. They're custom art sleeves, which is why they're expensive. I'm not going to pretend like they're not like the same quality as like Dragon Shields. I would legitimately go with Dragon Shields over this. Unless you're looking for extra deck sleeves, in which case they're perfect. All right. With that said, is everyone ready to watch the Curry Bandits new video? Folks, every time the Curry Bandits uploads, I say to myself out loud, we will be in attendance. Now, the thing about watching the Curry Bandits on stream, we love doing it, folks, every time one of these Everything You Need to Know comes out. You cannot simply watch the video. I'm going to need you to subscribe to the Curry Bandits. I'm going to need you to independently watch this video so that the number go up. And I'm going to need you to smash that motherfucking like button. All right, let's make it happen, Captain. Here is the link. Can a mod pin the link? I will be that mod if need be. I need be. There we go. All right. We are here.
This releases on July 28th, with all new support that flips the meta on its head, all new cards that change what legacy support can be, and an all new type to top it all off. This set changes everything.
This set
Forget
changes
everything you think you know about the game. Here's...
I speak for everyone when I say we will be jorking it. Fluffy Whittle Boys.
But first, we have to talk about SANS, which stands for Steven After Not Subscribing. Steven was a normal and happy kid who loved the Curry Bandits. Girls, let's go play Utopia. But one day, Steven missed.
Jaxel, this is incomprehensible to normal people. What is wrong with you? Me doing the sub thing. Hey, everybody, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Jaxel doing it. All right, it's going to be a 45-second high-concept masterpiece. We're going to reference the very popular Twitter meme, Steven after not surviving.
Missed an upload because he didn't hit the subscribe button.
None of Jaxel's viewers are normal. That's the problem. Anyone who laughed at this is already subbed.
And ring the bell. So he lost to Purely at locals. What do you mean it's unaffected? Then Steven fucking died or something because he never learned how to out-X Purely Noir.
It's a Tumblr meme, don't steal our valor. Oh, like Tumblr and Twitter and Reddit aren't just sites designed for stealing each other's posts.
Like Steven. Subscribe to the Curry Bandits.
Oh, I will say he did use the image. And he even chroma keyed it mostly correctly. Every time I hear that ding ding, I go,
Monodium Torrid is a level 2 tuner that summons itself like the other two, but when it's popped, summons any Monodium tuner from a deck. Veda Calanta summons itself if a card is destroyed and you control Vsauce, and searches Clear New World.
Yeah, these are already out, huh?
From Battle of Chaos that was so unremarkable, most people didn't realize it was in Vsauce's arm. Vsauce Amrichos, the synchro tuner, unremarkable, most people didn't realize it was in Vsauce's arm.
I see. So everyone was just kind of like, whoa, I can't believe they teased this. Actually, it's in his arm.
Vsauce Amrichos, a synchro tuner that only requires light monsters rather than non-tuners, treats itself as Starfrost, searches a spell trap that mentions Vsauce on summon, and can pop a monster you control to give all synchro monsters 800 attack. All these back rows suck, and talking about them upsets me. Also, I'm way behind on this script, so we're skipping them, okay? These are pretty cool pieces of support for the somewhat rough around the edges Monodium Vsauce pile. Torrid correctly recognizes that Meek is better than Fearless, and therefore the best way to make a third tuner is for it to be more copies of Meek. Now your float chains can go through 4 names instead of 3, and Amricha is an incredible payoff that's able to flex several different pieces of Vsauce good stuff. To start, there's of course Calarium to grab another tuner that can be popped with Amricha's third effect, triggering its own effect to float, and Calarium's effect to reborn it. Reichphobia and Perloreno can pivot you towards a potential Scareclaw or Tearlaments engine. Trivikarma is an imperm with the ability to search again once it hits.
Oh yeah, Trivikarma is like a card with text on it and not just Foolish Burial Goods target and Tearlament.
Graveyard. Reframing is an Omni-Negate counter trap that'll remain live even if Amricha leaves the field, as long as you end on some synchro of some sort. Ignore an interruption that'll really make your opponent go, no way that works. All the Tearlament's back row is live if you control Vsauce, so...
Huh? Oh! I didn't know that.
If you want a counter trap that shuffles instead of destroying, an imperm every single turn, or a Book of Moon that mills because the stupid deck's worst trap card is better than the best card in half the decks in the fucking game. I'm sorry you had to see that. Its material line makes it accessible just by having Starfrost pop any tuner, or having Riemhart pop Meek. Meanwhile, its status as a tuner makes it a viable Bish Balkan target, so fuck you, Coder. We're beefing with Coder now. Josh didn't want to beef, so we're starting beef with the Coder instead. Revolution Synchron is a level 3 tuner that can be used.
This is the one I'm really excited for, because I really don't know what this card is meant to do.
This is material from the hand for the synchro summon of a power tool, or level 7 or 8 dragon synchro. And if you control level 7 or higher synchro, can mill a card to reborn itself as a level 1.
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Wheel Synchron can be treated as a non-tuner, gives you an extra normal, and can manage itself from graveyard to reduce a synchro's level by up to 4. Cosmic Quasar Dragon can negate a whole bunch of cards very slowly.
Must be first synchro summon with the above materials. Once per turn, you can target face-up cards on the field up to the number of monsters used as synchro material for this card +1 negate their oh my god.
And can quickly tag out into one of the much better cards you could have summoned instead of it. This might be the most phoned-in cover card I've ever read. You should have just put Crimson Dragon on the cover at that point. Crimson Dragon searches a spell or trap that mentions Crimson Dragon on summon, and can target a level 7 or higher synchro, bounce itself back to the extra deck, and summon a dragon synchro monster with the same level as the target. Synchro World is a field spell that gets 2 signal counters whenever a monster is synchro summoned, and can remove 4 to level modulate, 7
it's the
to
fucking Duel Link skill,
or 10 to reborn a synchro. And it mentions Crimson Dragon because they forgot to give it an effect that actually has to do with Crimson Dragon, but still wanted it to be searchable. Other search targets include this janky not soul charge and this whack back to the front that triggers Zulkin. Did I mention I'm behind on the script? These cards have some very cool ramifications on both the Synchron Speeder Turbo deck and on synchro decks at large. For starters, Wheel Synchron is both the first good level 5 to summon with Speeder, not only for its lack of a quick draws rather extreme restriction, but also for its neat extension and modulation effects. And the first non-tuner you can summon with Speeder, a groundbreaking piece of support that solves the deck's issue of getting choked out of non-tuners by filling their board with Synchrons.
Correct.
Being level 5 does come with the disadvantage of not being able to find much use outside of dedicated Synchron strategies. The same, however, can't be said of Revolution Synchron, a generically useful tool for turning any level 4 on the board into Ancient Fairy Dragon and then into an 8 like Savage or Amritra. This engine saw play in
Come the fuck on!
the desiccated corpse of Tear Lament used Revolution Synchron to turn a level 4 normal summon like Rhino Heart or Mudora into Ancient Fairy Dragon, optionally use it to swap Pearl Arena for Raitsoth and vice versa, and summon a monster from hand, then bring back Rev as a 1 to make Chaos Ruler and get their mills started.
Okay, so that is not going to work here for pretty obvious reasons.
While we don't have Chaos Ruler in the Land of the Free, we do have Amritra, which can search the entire Grand Imperial fleet of Tear Laments back row for whatever that's worth.
I don't know. Is that worth anything? I feel like maybe it isn't. No, you don't get it. You can like go into Raitsoth off of Ancient Fairy Dragon if you normal a 4. And then afterwards, you can search Celiac.
Rev also popped up in decks like Monogamy.
I think it'll
Super
be
Heavy,
played
which
in
notably
tier,
has the
but I don't think
option
it'll
to
be good in tier. Oh, God.
search him with Gear Gigan X. Jumping straight from one can of worms to another, Crimson Dragon has a stupid amount of possibilities.
Okay,
Being a
this
generic
card-
level 12 fills a niche that was practically vacant before. Gone are the days where decks like VW are so down bad for something to do with 12 stars that they're stuck making Final Sigma. And it goes without saying, cheating out Dragon Synchros couldn't possibly go wrong. Just to name a few lines, you can target Baron you control to tag Crimson Dragon into Dissipator, which can further extend your combo in addition to being another negate. Ash Dragon or Amritra can be an 8 target so you can summon Crystal Wing. Shen Shen gives you access to Hot Red. And folks, what do you think happens when you cross a level 8 tuner Amritra and a level 8 non-tuner Astrolaud, then target it with Crimson Dragon in the draw phase?
At least not much is broken.
Yes, there is a lot of investment involved in summoning a level 12 Synchro alongside another high-level Synchro monster.
I'll go out and say it. This is not good. I don't think this setup is good.
But as level ramping runs rampant in the modern Synchro summoning sphere, 22 stars of material starter, but as level ramping runs...
Can we just take a moment to appreciate this sentence I wrote at 11 p.m. on the 4th of July and for some reason fully expected myself to get in one take? As level ramping runs rampant in the modern Synchro summoning sphere, Jesus Christ.
Rampant in the modern Synchro summoning sphere, 22 stars of material starts to seem like a walk in the park. Last thing I'll talk about is how Synchro World gaining signal counters means it's finally feasible to activate on your mark get set duels draw effect, which formerly would usually take until like turn 5.
Oh, damn, that's... Well, I really don't want to play Speed War. I want to play on your market set duel. I don't want to play the other card.
Turn that most Synchron players probably can't even imagine, let alone successfully play out. Gazelle, the king of mythical claws, searches either a level 5 Fiend or Chimera fusion on summon, and when it's sent to the graveyard as fusion material, searches any illusion type monster. Yes, you heard that right, there's a new type, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a reference to some old underdeveloped rules from Duelist Kingdom, and...
Yeah, so Duelist Kingdom had this insane like type alignment chart. Right, you could see the attributes down there on the bottom, but on top there are like different types of magicians and shit, and Pegasus's monsters were like this, and I don't know.
Some cards from some of the video games, and so far they all have
these are mostly from video games,
this effect that says if they battle, neither monster gets destroyed, and that's as close as you're going to get to an interesting thing to say about them.
Yeah.
Big Winged Baphomet searches both a level 4 beast and Chimera fusion on
He's the
summon, but
biggest
locks you
bird.
to fusions and reborns an illusion monster when it's fused off. Cornfield
Cool.
Twaddle is an illusion monster that can discard itself to search a monster that mentions Chimera fusion,
That's
and banishes
insane.
itself to negate an effect that targets a card you control while you control Chimera the flying mythical beast.
Even
Mirror
better.
Sword Knight is an illusion that tributes itself to summon a monster that mentions Chimera fusion from deck, and if you
That's
control
insane.
Chimera, can negate an opponent's monster effect on the field by banishing itself.
That's
Chimera Fusion is a
unbelievable.
quick play fusion spell that summons a fusion monster using at least one beast or fiend monster and can add itself back to hand if you control Chimera. Chimera the king of phantom beasts is a fusion of a beast and a fiend that treats itself as Chimera, rips a card from your opponent's hand during the end phase of the turn it's summoned, and can banish
Okay.
itself from graveyard as a quick effect to reborn a beast, fiend, or illusion monster. And finally, Chimera the illusion beast is a
All right, this better be a good enough payoff because all of these cards are like incredible utility starters.
fusion of Chimera and any number of illusions that can attack multiple times and zeroes out the attack of anything it battles.
It is not.
These cards have a lot of hidden potential, despite stemming from some of the least playable DM nostalgia archetypes that I genuinely refuse to believe anyone is actually nostalgic for, like who is soy facing over the Baphomet retrain? Be real with me right now. Mirror, Sword Knight, and Coatl Searching It are both one-card starters, allowing you to summon.
All right, real quick. Side note on Soy Jacks. So I got a little too invested. Do you remember like 2 months ago when that video called Germany went viral? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, here it is. This was like big on Twitter for a day. Right? It's just this like incomprehensible collection of Soy Jacks, right? So I got really into Soy Jack lore. I was like, I need to know all of the Soy Jacks, right? And so I studied them all, and you know, I can say, as someone who has been on the internet for a long time and seen a lot of these things come up and leave, this is just exactly the same as Skibidi Toilet. It's exactly the same as Skibidi Toilet. It's for a different group of 11-year-olds, right? But I saw someone describing the phenomenon of Skibidi Toilet as you think that it's, you know, for people who want to, you know, watch funny Gmod stuff. No, it's for people who want to be Wikipedia editors, for people who just want to be like database demons and, you know, catalog like, this is the G-Man toilet. This is the same type of thing with the like Soy Jack extended universe. This is the Cobson Soy Jack, right? It's like all of that shit. And they have their own little wiki, and it's got like 10,000 pages about like offshoots of Soy Jacks that people saw on, you know, http://www.4chan.org. And it's just like, it's the same thing as Skibidi Toilet. People pretend it's like edgy or interesting, but it's literally just Skibidi Toilet for a different group of people.
Met retrain. Be real with me right now. Mirror, Sword Knight, and Coatl Searching
It's a new type of lore thing. SCP, exactly the same as SCPs. It's exactly the same as SCPs.
Allowing you to summon Baphomet from deck, search the other two pieces needed to summon Chimera, and both search and reborn an illusion to fuse Chimera with into Illusion Chimera, ending your turn with a hand rip, a monster negate, and 1 target protection for a monster that can't be destroyed by battle, with follow-up in the form of a Search Mirror Knight, and Chimera's reborn effect summoning Baphomet to do it all.
Okay, Dyer, listen, you can compare two different things even if there are fundamental differences between them, okay? I'm not saying that Wojacks are in all ways the exact same thing as SCPs, but I am saying they are both examples of things for kids to be database demons about, is what I'm saying.
All again next turn. This all forms the backbone of a fairly competent combo engine that maybe isn't your strongest choice, but has some interesting applications that might make it worth a
Yeah, dude, water and fire are so similar. They're both examples of matter. This is like if I said there's 2 examples of matter and then you said you can't compare those, there's differences between them.
Second look. Gazelle and Baphomet each search a decent handful of cards given the generic nature of their search window.
Wojacks are 100% SCP for people who can't write. No, SCP is SCP for people who can't write. I've been watching this video for the last 2 minutes.
With Chimera and who is soy facing over the Baphomet retrain? Be real with me right now. Mirror, Sword Knight, and Coatl Searching It are both 1-card starters, allowing you to summon Baphomet from deck, search the other 2 pieces needed to summon Chimera, and both search and reborn an illusion to fuse Chimera with into Illusion Chimera, ending your turn with a hand rip, a monster negate, and 1 target protection for a monster that can't be destroyed by battle, with follow-up in the form of a Search Mirror Knight, and Chimera's reborn effect summoning Baphomet to do it all again next turn. This all forms the backbone of a fairly competent combo engine that maybe isn't your strongest choice, but has some interesting applications that might make it worth a second look. Gazelle and Baphomet each search a decent handful of cards given the generic nature of their search window. Gazelle only has a couple even worth mentioning, like Silva and goddamn Garbage Lord. It's an extender, but Baphomet can search things like Wong Hu, a decent side deck options against things like Purely, and Spring Ant's Kit, which ties together the potential branded Chimera deck that got a couple tops in the OCG. Using branded fusion as a way to make Rinbrum and send Gazelle, which would then search Mirror, Sword Knight, and start both your branded plays and your Chimera plays.
That's something.
A couple more things to keep in mind, Chimera fusion being a quick play makes it a great way to summon the unrelated but still part of the family Guardian Chimera. Phantom Beast King being able to quick effect Reborn Labyrinth monsters makes it a very good punishment target, and Gazelle being able to search any illusion monster is troubling, I suppose you would say. Right now, with almost every illusion monster being part of this archetype, it's a fairly harmless effect, but if they continue to print more illusion monsters with potentially better effects, having a card that searches any of them right off the bat feels like a strange design decision. At Purely Noir is a rank 2 that can discard a card to bounce a card your opponent controls, or 2 if it has
now we're into the
memory
good
attached,
stuff.
and can up to thrice per turn chain to the activation of a Purely Quick Play to attach that card and set one Purely Trap from deck. Purely Shirley summons a Purely from deck, then ranks it up into a Purely Exceeds monster with the same rank as a Purely Exceeds you control, and attaches it with a Purely Quick Play from deck with the same name as one attached to that Exceeds monster you control. Hi, I'm Dave Konami, and I need money to finance my new yacht. So I'm going to sell you one kick of this football, and I promise not to pull it away right before you kick it and laugh at you when you slip and fall after missing the ball. $5 a kick. These cards solve the problems the deck had both before the ban list and the ones that cropped up after they mildly tipped the balance on the deck's consistency and nearly drowned the dog in the river. Having a corresponding Exceeds monster for Sleepy Memory makes it far easier to get access to its non-once per turn draw effect, and the fact that it searches Pure Leap greatly boosts your ability to do the draw 6 combo. This also makes Sleepy a sort of 1.5 card combo for at least 2 draws and 2 spins with X Purely Noir, with the potential to get more draws if you get a second copy of Sleepy off of My Friend. Building off that basic framework, the deck can easily get 4 draws off of hands with 2 or 3 Purely Quick Plays. Meanwhile, Shirley is a pretty good searchable option to expand your board beyond just the one monster, giving you the option to use Beauty's Monster Negate if you have Pretty in rotation, or even just an extra draw with Sleepy. Since Delicious was put to 1, the deck hasn't had a very consistent line to even get to Noir, so that alone gets the deck at the very least back to where it was before, and with how much success the deck has somehow still managed to see in spite of the hits, and how strong the deck became in the OCG with the new support, it stands to reason that Purely will be making a comeback very soon.
I don't understand how this deck is still good. I played against it at locals. Playing against Purely is such a treat because, like, in a 3-game set, you can see a game in which they struggle to get to, like the midpoint of the game and eventually just fall apart. A game in which they kill you into the sun, and a game in which they brick. You can see all of that in a 3-match sequence. And frequently you do. I played against it at locals recently, and I was like, this is the craziest deck ever. And then I caught up with them later, and it was like, oh yeah, I lost to just bricking twice? It's crazy.
Rescue Ace Preventer can summon itself by banishing one Rescue Ace card from your graveyard, can quick effect Book of Moon an opponent's monster if you control another Rescue Ace.
Alright, now
and
we're
summons a
talking
banished
about the
Rescue Ace
shit.
when it's sent to the graveyard. Emergency! Is a quick play spell that E-Telly. Wait a minute, they named the deck's E-Telly Emergency? Fuck you. That E-Telly's a Rescue Ace, then tributes a Rescue Ace from hand or field. Also, you can banish it from graveyard to set a Rescue Ace trap from graveyard. I could cry. This really changes everything for the deck. I mean, for starters, Preventer having a quick effect makes their hand trap that summons from deck so much more playable. It doesn't do anything on its own, but if you have Engine or Attacker in hand, you can set up a quick Book of Moon as early as turn 0. In addition, the ability to return a Hydrant to the field after having to banish it to summon Turbulence by simply linking off Preventer makes it so much easier to keep your back row's additional effects online. And honestly, just having Recursion for banished cards makes it so much easier to manage your resources without running out of steam. Meanwhile, Emergency is an E-Telly, the easiest slam dunk of card design in the game's history. As long as you have another name in hand or field, it gives you easier access to Hydrant, Preventer, and Turbulence, and being quick play as well as settable with Turbulence means that after you've used your traps, you can trade a Hydrant that you no longer need on the field for a Preventer that you can use as an extra interrupt. Being a spell, it's searchable with Airlifter, one of the deck's best normal summons, and one time I chained it to Forbidden Chalice to get Hydrant off the field so its effect would resolve, and I felt like the smartest player in the history of the game. In the OCG, these cards made Rescue Ace the top deck on paper. Okay, so here's the thing. Purely has been the deck to beat in the OCG recently, and if there's one thing Rescue Ace does, it's beat Purely because of the interaction between Impulse and Noir. Noir is unaffected, but Impulse's effect to negate affects the player, meaning that if you summon Impulse, your opponent is forced to use Noir to spin Impulse, who can then chain its effect to tribute itself and summon a Turbulence or Preventer from deck. If they then use Noir again to try and spin the card you summon, chaining Emergency could trade that target for yet another Rescue Ace from deck. Getting 2 materials off of Noir usually removes its protection anyway, and forcing your opponent to waste 1 or 2 of their 3 spins takes the pressure off of some of your more important monsters. As always, take the Earth Insect Locals pie chart with a grain of salt, but be prepared to be taking this former meme archetype seriously in the new format.
Okay. Here's my thoughts about Rescue Ace. It's fine. I think it's all right. The issue is there are some decks it just randomly loses to because it doesn't have the ability to pop back row. Definitely a lot of its strength in the OCG is the fact that it has an unbelievable matchup into Maxi. We're going to have to figure out something to do with the deck for it to be popular here, and I think that the pack, like, let's make a terahertz play is good. I think it's good. I think it's on the right track. I'm looking forward to seeing what develops as a result of that deck. I think it's all right. I think people pretending it's going to be like tier 0 are crazy. People pretending it's going to be tier 1 are similarly crazy. Anyway.
Pie chart with a grain of salt, but be prepared to be taking this former meme archetype seriously in the new format.
Are we predicting a cash ban? Oh yeah, this is only in a world where, well, so this deck actually doesn't care about a lot of the stuff that cash does, but still, yes, we probably need some kind of cash something.
Altergeist.
Altergeist Malwisp is a level 3 tuner that summons itself when it's added to the hand, and on summon, reborns an Altergeist. Paratrader mills an Altergeist card when it's sent from the field to the graveyard. Revitalization is a trap that reborns an Altergeist link and can banish itself from the graveyard to extra normal an Altergeist. And Adminia is a link 4 that sets an Altergeist trap from deck on summon, and has a quick effect to send a card you control to the graveyard to steal an opponent's monster and treat it as an Altergeist. Much like the trap trick support from the structure deck, these cards give Altergeist the tools to function more as a monster-heavy mid-range deck with multiple 2 to 3 card combos to end on a good mixture of monsters like Adminia and traps like Protocol. Malwisp represents 2 bodies on field off a single activation of Meluseek, as well as a tuner that gives you access to things like Herald of the Arclight and Arcanite Magician. Paratrader can mill Revitalization, which lets you take advantage of the non-once per turn effect of Marionetta in hands that need to go through Haunted Rock or that need to use Meluseek as a normal summon. This level of extension gives the deck the ability to make actual good use of its existing combo pieces like Pukari and Prime Banshee, and end on boards of diverse front row, back row, and hand interactions like Protocol's Monster Negate, Hextia's Spell Trap Negate, Adminia's Steal, and Multi-Faker from hand summoning Silcatus. While the support is of course appreciated, it does feel a bit melancholic seeing so many trap decks being pivoted towards more monster-focused game plans that end up cutting most of the trap cards aside from in-engine ones. Back in my day, some decks just played trap cards because that's what you do when your main engine doesn't do big turn 1 combos. Now if you end on a small board without Apo Baron Archetype Boss, they call you a mid-range deck and stuff you full of hand traps. It'll happen to you! Hey, does anyone else remember how in 2020 we all lost our minds a little bit? Well, in 2020 I wrote like 4 or 5 essays for my medieval history class about the Song of Roland. I had a rough draft of the first act of a screenplay adaptation of it for my screenwriting class, and I'm positive I tried to bring it up at least at some point in my Asian American literature class. I'd like to get ahead of the theater kid allegations. I'm actually worse. I was a film student.
Ugh.
Anyway, the reason I did this was because the Infernoble Knights had come out that past summer, and quarantine smoothed over my brain so much that I didn't really have anything else to talk about. I also found this modern rendition of the song.
The fairest flower of chivalry to bloom in all the land.
That looks like the guy who would be singing a modern rendition of the Song of Roland. I will let you know right now.
This is a weird episode.
Infernoble Knight Richardetto is a level 1 tuner that reborns a Fire Warrior on summon, but locks you into warriors. It can banish itself from hand or graveyard to special summon a Fire Warrior from hand as a tuner. Turpin summons itself from hand.
The Jaxel throws in an Easter egg to the MBT viewers, has become a regular part of these episodes.
Under graveyard if you control a monster with an equip card, and can equip itself from the graveyard to a warrior, letting it be treated as a tuner.
Side note, my version of that, I didn't have COVID, but my version of that was I got randomly obsessed for like a 4-month period with Don Quixote. I read it cover to cover. I wrote a bunch of essays about it, and then I wrote a 1-act play. Before knowing that Man of La Mancha existed, I wrote a different play about Don Quixote, and then someone said, there's already one, and I said, uh-oh. They were like, no, but don't worry, yours is completely different, and I said, it is.
Tuner. Infernoble Arms
Danny starred in that.
Pop itself to equip a different Infernoble Arms from deck.
We put it on
as
part of a student
can
production.
Add back a Fire Warrior from graveyard or banished. Noble Arms Museum can pay 1,200 to search a Noble Arms card, and during the turn that you use that effect, you can special summon a Noble Knight out of your back row that locks you into warriors unless you control Emperor Charles. Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms, searches Horn of Oliphant or a card that mentions Emperor Charles on summon, and if she's targeted by an attack or card effect, you can mill a Fire Warrior, banish her until the end phase, and summon
That's
a Roland
fun,
from
Jory
deck or
Beans,
extra
man.
deck. Finally, Emperor Charles the Great is a link 1 that specifically needs a level 9 monster equipped with an equip card that is named Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. If you find a way to cheat this card out, you earned it. On summon, it equips Charles from graveyard and gains its name and effects. and it can send an equip spell from hand or graveyard to negate a spell or trap. These cards address a lot of Infernoble's issues, including a balance patch that unconditionally buffs their boss.
This guy's not named Charlemagne, by the way, right? He's named something else.
Monster, turning the already strong Emperor Charles into a non-1
Emperor Charles the Great,
in addition to his existing pop effect. Extremely cool to see this type of free upgrade onto an existing boss rather than giving the deck a new monster they have to pivot towards. Richardetto puts more bodies on board and gives you better access to a tuner. Its existence gives Infernoble access to a level 1 tuner that naturally has both those qualities instead of having to
Why
gain
couldn't
them
they do
somehow, and
Charlemagne?
access to an
No
assault
idea.
target that reborns one of the assault materials. Its effect from the graveyard gives you additional extension to help get extra warriors out of hand, and Turpin's effect gives you a better way to extend off of Ogier's mill effect. Meanwhile, Museum and Almace are 3 more copies of Durandal, completing the dream of queuing up to an event with 40 Durandal in deck. But also Museum can be used to pull Charles.
Okay, real quick, I do want to point out,
We got a Guido.
Museum, you know this already if you've been watching streams. Museum is a reference to the fact that French museums claim to have the swords from Arthurian legend, like the fake swords that don't exist. Like they're like, yeah, we have Durandal.
We got a
Charles
Guido.
out of the back row.
We got
Charles the
Excalibur.
Great, so you can link him off for a second Charles the Great and a second spell negate. Even before that,
No,
it can
they're
be
real.
used to summon
Yeah.
functionally any Infernoble from graveyard when comboed with their ability to equip themselves from graveyard. The warrior lock isn't ideal, but between Charles the Great and Baron, there's enough warrior and bosses to build a decent board out of. Unchained Souls of Shyama
Why would
can
it
pop
be
a
in
card you
France?
control
Good
and a solid
question.
Trap on field and can reborn itself by popping a fiend monster or set card you control. Sharvara can quick effect pop a fiend or set card you control to summon itself from hand and lock you to fiend.
Joshua Schmidt, Yu-Gi-Oh! Your check is in the mail. Hey everybody, we're watching a little bit of everything you need to know about Dune. Folks, if you've never seen these videos, they come out every major set release on the Curry Bandits channel. They're the best thing on the platform. That's the Curry Bandits. Link is pinned. And we are not watching the video on stream. We are also subscribing. We are also liking the video. We are watching the video muted in a second window. We are giving him the ad revenue.
After being equipped to Charles the Great, so you can link him off for a second Charles the Great and a second spell negate. Even before that, it can be used to summon functionally any Infernoble from graveyard when comboed with their ability to equip themselves from graveyard. The warrior lock isn't ideal, but between Charles the Great and Baron, there's enough warrior and bosses to build a decent board out of. Unchained Souls of Shyama can pop a card you control and a spell or trap on field, and can reborn itself by popping a fiend monster or set card you control. Sharvara can quick effect pop a fiend or set card you control to summon itself from hand and lock you to fiends while it's on the field, and if it's sent to the graveyard, sets an Unchained spell or trap directly to the deck. Unchained Soul, Lord of Yama is a link to that takes 2 fiends, adds an Unchained from deck or graveyard on summon, and if a card you control is destroyed, banishes itself from graveyard to summon a fiend from hand or graveyard and pop a card you control. These cards greatly expand Unchained's options and the consistency of some of their high-end plays. Sharvara is a fantastic enabler, combining some of the best aspects of both Aruha and Rakea, as well as giving you much more consistent access to Unchained's great trap lineup. Shyama is a strong extender, being an Unchained to summon from deck with one of your float effects that can later be brought back for an additional body. Being level 6 fiends gives you the ability to make DDD wave high fiend Caesar as a consistent part of your end board. If you're a Master Duel Zoomer, that's double Rukalos. But on that note, you also have the option to trade him out for Machinex, a double monster suck.
Okay,
Yama
maybe
opens up an immense amount of potential lines for the deck, being generic to fiends and therefore summonable with things like Torguide and Evil Twins, with Torguide and a Rhino Warrior being a potential 1-card combo to set up Rage and Escape. Speaking of Rage, Yama being a soul that can be made generically with 2 fiends has made it usable in other fiend decks like Labyrinth as a way to summon Unchained Soul Rage, a strong interruption that can remove up to 2 cards in the field by linking it with an opponent's monster into Nightmare Unicorn. Very cool support that I'm excited to see Unchained players tinker with. Wait, fuck, we're supposed to be beefing with Coder. Unchained support sucks! Evil Tile Fullest can summon an Evil Tile.
Oh, we're not doing the evils! This motherfucker didn't do Abyss Actors, doing evils!
Protect a monster from being destroyed by triggering a reptile or dinosaur monster. Evil Sword Leo sets Evolutionary Bridge or Evo Singularity on summon.
Singularity's the good one.
By a fire monster's effect, can mill a fire reptile or dinosaur and make 2 monsters on the field the same type and level as that monster. Evil's Lars is a generic rank 6 that can't be targeted by monster effects, and when your opponent activates a card or effect, can detach 2 materials to negate a face-up card on the field, or only 1 material if all its materials are reptile or dinosaurs. Rest in peace, Solda. Nobody gave you the respect you deserved. Now there's a stronger rank 6 for dinos to go into to complement the level 6 dino support we recently got in Wild Survivors, and of course it's not restricted to dinos. Quite a few decks with the capacity to make rank 6
It's
are
a
glad to
good
be
generic
unsleeving their
6.
copies of Photon Strike Bouncer for something with a little more coverage. Kind of unfortunate that it has the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss effect, but with the timing on it that makes it unable to stop Dark Ruler unless your opponent plays into it. Nonetheless, it makes dinosaur decks more resilient into back row, giving them 2 Omni Negates to deal with things like Evenly or Dark Hole. The main deck cards try their best. Fullest Searching Evo Force is among the most consistent
I mean, you
enablers
just-
for the Evil tile gimmick yet. And if you draw a Najasha
I ain't
to
playing
summon
no
Fullest's
fucking
first
Evols.
effect, you can use that to summon 2 Evil Swords from deck. But other than that, there's some anti-synergy, given that Leos doesn't get his second effect if he's summoned with Evo Force, because even though he's treated as summoned with an Evil tile, he needs to be summoned specifically by a fire monster, a quality Force doesn't bestow. If you
That's
do
annoying.
make that effect live, it does help tie the archetype together with dinosaurs as a whole better than the Mirror Misk and turn Evil tile
Absolutely
controller
agree,
into a level 4
Green
dino to
name.
make Dulgar Lagia with, and the first effect searches Evo Singularity, a sort of Revolt Superfactorial-like card that puts
Yeah.
a 3 Volzar on field.
Yeah,
if
that, I would call Evo Singularity a sort of Revolt Superfactorial card.
brave enough to play Evils in your main deck. Kinda sad the way they made this support so close to playable, but just clearly lacking in several areas. Ultimate Bright Knight of Ursa.
Oh, fuck, there's Ursartix in here. Oh, Jesus. All right, yeah. I actually got a hate comment on my video where I was talking about Dune. Someone who's like, and he just skips over the Ursartix. Wow. And I was like, okay.
Arctic and Drytron card that can't be normal summoned or set, can special itself if you control an Ursarctic or Drytron monster, and search an Ursarctic or Drytron spell or trap. Ursarctic Polar Star, do I have to go over the Ursarctic summoning condition? It's just subtraction. Contribute itself in a level 8 Ursarctic from hand or field to summon a level 7 Ursarctic Synchro that gains the effect to stop monsters summoned from the extra deck that have a level from activating their effects. Deck equal bad. Solution drain.
Yup!
I am obligated to tell you that this card combos with Septentreon to form a complete extra deck skill drain, even though I really don't want to. Just, why do they do this? Who at Konami is getting their fucking rocks off to every bad deck having a skill drain as their Saki one-trick win con? I refuse to get stun locked on this stupid card because there's actually some interesting things to point out.
Ooh, that's a good redeem for me, too.
About Ursatron, since it's a really free extender for both decks that also gets Drytron to Nova and Ursarctic to Radiation more efficiently. I wouldn't hold out hope if you're still hoping for the decks to be
I would do the opposite.
in tandem, since there's
MBT
still so
gets
much
stun
anti-synergy,
locked.
it's not even funny. Beyond that, I don't really think Drytron needed the extender or the search that badly, or that either of those things will fix Ursarctic. Good thing they got a skill drain though, right guys? Isn't that based? Sleipnir the Runic Main is a level 9 that can temporarily banish itself and an opponent's monster during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. And if your opponent
This card's
adds a card from
crazy.
your deck to hand,
It's really
summons a Runic
good.
Token. This card adds a few options to Runic's arsenal. Now all their quick plays can represent temporary removal to help play through boards, as well as a level 9 if you're trying to make rank 9s or want a whole bunch of stars for synchro plays. You're not gonna believe me when I tell you what they use the token for. In the OCG, this card was used in combination with Tyrant's Tirade, a card that
Oh! Oh! Come on!
the activation of monster effects on field and in hand, but requires you to tribute 2 monsters to activate it. With their newfound ability to summon 2 monsters off a single quick play spell, Runic was able to use this card not only as a very potent skill drain, but also to stop the very many hand traps that disrupt Fountain. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is this just jank that I shouldn't actually concern myself with, or is Runic the very first deck to ever summon 2 monsters and I never noticed before? What is going on?
Yeah, you read that card and it's like, hold up.
Fusion Armament reveals a fusion from extra deck and summons one of its materials from extra deck or graveyard with its effects negated. Beyond its utility as a janky ready fusion, there's not really many good targets to summon, especially since the summon isn't treated as a fusion summon. You've got your standard warrior and dragon targets if you somehow run out of extenders for those types. Naturia Beast and Barkion are both targets through Exterio, so there's a little bit of natural synergy with Naturia if you just need a body or some stars. You can reveal Illusion Chimera to summon the OG Chimera, but one of the best parts of the Chimera engine is the Phantom Beast King Chimera, so skipping that step seems counterproductive. The most interesting one is probably Fusionist, a fusion material for rare fish. Since both of them are also targets for instant and ready fusion, drawing any combination of armament, ready, and instant can put 2 bodies on board without having to play redundant targets in the extra deck. I got no idea what deck you're playing that wants a level 3 beast and a level 4 fish though. Maybe we're gonna ask that guy over there. Click and Echo is a level 2 Sea Serpent that can't be used as Fusion, Sync, or Xyz material, and if it's linked off, summons to the opposite field and forces that player to keep their hand revealed.
Okay. I was one of the early adopters of this card. I said, this card is fucking funny. Let's see what Mr. Bandits says.
Not extremely strong on the surface, but this card has some applications that could give it a niche right now specifically, as long as Konami doesn't do the thing again. Against Kashtira, having the hand information to tell you exactly how broken your opponent opened and how much you have to play around can make navigating their turn much easier, and forcing them to control a monster can stop them from summoning Unicorn and Fenrir. Meanwhile, against Vanquish Soul, forcing them to reveal their hand makes them unable to reveal cards for the cost of their effects.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Got one story about this, classic MBT singular story. You can't reveal a card that's being revealed, which is why you go like Licorice in hand, your opponent tries to negate, you can't chain Licorice, right? In Magic the Gathering, after a long hiatus, I dipped my toes back into an event because a couple of my friends wanted to play a 3v3, and they didn't have a standard player. And I said, oh, I'll pick up standard for a couple of months. And I did. It was when people were playing like Ravenous Chupacabra and that snake that like doubles energy tokens. I forget what the fucking deck was called, but it was a blast. And at the top end, I was playing in the board one copy of Quetzalcoatl or something, the Primal Hunger. Is this dinosaur that can pay a black mana, reveal itself in the hand as what is equivalent to a quick effect, and put a counter on an opponent's card. And then I think when it comes out, it eats all of the cards, right? All right. So I did that. My opponent activated the equivalent of a negate, and I said, I did something. My opponent activated that card, which they were also playing, and then I like negated, and they did it again. And I said, can you do that? They said, yeah. And I said, well, one of the costs is to reveal it, right? And they said, yeah. And I said, I'm going to call a judge real quick. And they were like, what do you need a judge for? I'm just paying it again. And I was like, okay, listen, asshole. I play a good game, Yu-Gi-Oh! And we can't reveal cards that are being revealed. All right? I didn't say it like that. I said, oh, sorry. There's another game I play, Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you can't reveal cards that are being revealed. I just want to make sure you can reveal a card that's being revealed. To me, it makes intuitive sense that if a card is already being revealed, you can't reveal it again. Like, there it is again.
If either of these decks manages to stick a second monster on the field to make a Link 2, it'll pass back to you, but at the very least you'll have gotten full hand info and tunneled them onto a likely suboptimal opening play. The only question that remains is what deck could you summon some random
Who was right?
level
Oh, my
2 in?
opponent.
Dark Corridor searches a Dark World monster, then discards a card.
This is a very funny card. Joshua Schmidt was talking about it on one of his fucking videos that just shows up in my feed constantly. And I gotta tell you, it is so funny that a card this good is about to be a one-of.
A rotor that also triggers all your cards is good, but being a hard once per turn kind of puts it in a weird position in Dark World decks. With Dark World focusing so heavily on deep drawing and looping all their cards, it'd be awkward to play 3 copies of a card you never want to draw more than one of. Ripping a dead corridor off the top instead of another discard outlet can greatly slow down your game plan, or even stop you dead in your tracks. Playing it will introduce a lot more...
Shucky, thank you for the gifties. We love casting spells. Better in Dark World engines than Dark World? That's what everyone kept saying. Who the fuck is playing a Dark World engine? Pre-Dune Pearly?
consistency to the deck, but it won't come without its challenges. Banishing Trap Hole activates when a monster with 1500 or less attack is summoned and banishes it face down. The Lobies have had it too good for too long. Now they can be bottomless too. Wild Heart still clears. This card gives Traptrix a strong response to matchups like Purely, where all their monsters are too small for bottomless, or like Tier that don't care about Floodgate. But imagine, if you will, you Floodgate the Purelies and bottomless the Tiers. It's a foolproof plan, really. There will be matchups where this hole is the best, but for now, just keep it in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Oops, I dropped my monster card that I use for my Magnum the Reliever. Magnum the Reliever is a fusion of a monster summoned from the extra deck and a monster in the
Thank
hand
you.
that can put a poly or fusion spell from graveyard on the bottom of the deck to draw a card, and when a card or effect is activated, can banish a poly or fusion spell from graveyard to pop a card on the field. Neat generic fusion that has some of the same benefits as Guardian Chimera with a little more flexibility. Getting the draw on your own turn makes it easier to make use of, and the pop being a quick effect instead of a trigger effect makes it easier to time properly in the case of things like removing floodgates before they resolve. It's a good option for fusion-centric decks like Brandon and Chimera. Tokusano Shinkyojin can send monsters from your hand.
No shot we didn't do Abyss Actors, but we're doing Tokusano Shinkyojin. Jesus Christ.
Levels equal 10 to draw 2. Congratulations, trains. Time Lords, Nemlyria, Yubel, Earthbound Immortals, Eldritch, Fluanderies, Egyptian Gods, Sacred Beasts, Malefics, Yosenju, the Wicked Gods, Rainbow Dragon, Assault Mode, and Water Dragon Cluster. You have trade-in now.
Albaz lore update.
Where'd everybody go? Finally, your
Wait,
finish is a trap.
hold on.
Albaz lore update.
That's it's the only Albaz lore card in the set? What the fuck? I thought we were getting season 2. We just got fucking Gimmer hanging out at the cemetery. Oh my god. This is so fucked up. Agrine, I want to smoke weed with you, but my mom will smell it if we smoke at my house. Don't worry, Acti. I have a very cool spot. Follow me to the husk of our fallen comrade.
Where'd everybody go? Finally, your finish is a trap monster you can summon.
Season 2 is Dia Bellstar, a better lore because the main character is a waifu. I'm going to look this card up, and if it's a child, you're getting banned. Holy shit. This is the new Albaz fighter? Albaz is going to fight this person? Wow. All right. Oh, she's not related to Albaz. Die. I thought we did have new evidence of the Albaz person. She's the new Vsauce. No, Vsauce is the new Vsauce. Wow, she's great though. Holy shit. What's she holding? An item. She's got an item there. She picked up Cursed Eye. That's not Cursed Eye. That's something else. That's the orb. No, I guess Cursed Eye is an orb. Content art confirms she's an alcoholic. Whoa! Finally, representation. It's the Snake Eye. All right. I'm in. Okay, so wait. So who is Albaz fighting next season? We don't know. All right. That's insanely funny. Backpack containing all sorts of things. The Sinful Spoils. Ooh. The bottle says water. Okay, we'll see.
We got a Guido.
And if 10 or more cards have been activated. Where'd everybody go? Finally, your finish is a trap monster you can summon if 10 or more cards have been activated this turn, and if your opponent activates a card or effect after that, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls, then set her back to the spell and trap zones. If you look like this DM,
All right. We will be subscribing to the Curry Bandits. We will be liking this video. We will be... Okay, but listen, I have to say, though...
Cards have been activated this turn.
I don't like this woman. I know a lot of people are like, whoa, woman. I don't like that. I don't like when girls are mean. I like when people are nice. Okay?
And if your opponent activates a card or effect after that, you
Sorry.
can destroy all cards your opponent controls, then set her back to the spell and trap zones. If you look like this DM,
What about Jillian pre-Nice arc? Jillian puts on a front for all of you. She can be a real fucker. But Jillian's mean in the same way I'm mean. Which is, she's not mean without reason. Look at these fucking recommendations. My own video, 2 Isaac tubers, The World Caramel Dancin', Doug, another Curry Bandits video, Rada, oh, well, this, of course, the Plankton Rap, the Bedman theme, and Talking Heads Once in a Lifetime.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is your life just a game? Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
GX.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is your life just a game? Okay. All right. More work. Oh, wait. Did we get DMCA'd by this? Oh! Sorry. Sorry, Dyer. Yes! Says Dyer. I'm sorry. I apologize. We only 20 seconds that time. We might get away with it. All right. So we got a Twitter thread, and then we got Doug. So we're going to do the Twitter thread now. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, ready? Did you start charging by the sensor? Dyer gets a portion of the revenue from the VoD channel. So if I start doing DMCA things, it's only a problem for her, which is why she's mad. All right. Oh, I got to put you all in fucking emote only because of the way this works. All right. Everyone please spam for a second. Ugh, that might be worse. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka... I don't know if I was supposed to say MBT, she cuts it out every time.
We got a Guido.
Agito. And we are back with another... X-Thread. Today we're talking about the OCG. So if you're unfamiliar, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is... So if you're unfamiliar, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is bifurcated into 2 different regions. The OCG, which is played in Japan and stands for Official Card Game, and the TCG, which is played in America and stands for Trading Card Game. The OCG gets cards a couple of months earlier than the TCG, so frequently TCG players can look at what was good in the OCG to get an idea of what will be good in the coming months. That said, it's not always the case. See, the OCG follows a different release schedule and has a different ban list, which includes Max C, which means that occasionally a significant amount of the cards that are powerful over there fail to be powerful over here. Today we're asking what decks that were killers in the OCG didn't do much stateside, and we are beginning with this one, Adventure Tenyi. Now, we had a similar deck called Kitchen Sink that was kind of successful, but for a period of months, this was, if not a top 3 strategy, the literal best deck in the format. It utilized the adventure monsters, the Tenyi monsters, and cards like Rose Dragons in order to make powerful bosses out of the extra. Of course, it made use of Danglong, a card that we didn't have at the time, but it wasn't so integral to the plays that you would expect it to be literally unplayable when it came over here. And yet... there's a couple guesses as to why this happened. I think there's a couple guesses as to why this happened. Not only do we have a couple of cards that are banned in here that are legal. There's a couple of guesses I have as to why this happened. There's a couple of guesses I have as to why this happened. There's a couple cards in here, for instance, that are banned in the TCG, Danglong, and Galaxy Tomahawk. But the other reason is that Adventure lines up really well against Maxi in particular. If they Maxi in response to your Rite of Aramasir, you give them 1 draw, but you can end on a negate on their turn by using the hand effect of Wandering Griffin Rider as a quick without going further. Anyway, let's see what you all came up with. Lazy, you're correct. But we're going to talk about it on a different tweet. I'm sorry. Yeah, here it is. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Callie says, Adventure PK for sure. This was practically the only thing worth playing in the OCG for an entire format, with only Flu as a real competitor. When it came to the TCG, it was just struggling to scrape Tier 2. That is absolutely correct. In fact, Phantom Knight was expected to be the best deck like 16 formats in a row, largely because of memory from the OCG, and it almost always failed to convert. I mean, look at this deck. It's like just the Phantom Knight cards, Svelte engine that puts up... What's his fucking name? What's the name of this guy? Rusty Bardish, a Dagdaline, and then can back it up with the adventure stuff in order to set more negates. Here, that failed to convert, and we really didn't get an adventure pile deck until, like, Prankid. Rebecca also has a good one. Invoked Dragoon is probably the best example of when the TCG was most fearful of the impact of Dragoon itself. This card saw tops in combo decks, but it was never really a large cut of the pie like it was in the OCG. Yes, Overseas Dragoon was like the name of the game for a significant amount of time. I guess you could argue that it had a lot to do with the existence of Max C, the reason that the fact that it really only had to go into the extra deck once over the course of the turn, and here, of course, we would just continue special summoning. And while Dragoon was very powerful in decks like Drytron that could integrate it into their end board by making Vertanaconda, it wasn't nearly as ubiquitous as it was over there. We didn't really have like a ton of decks whose whole game plan was Dragoon, for instance. There we go. Dustin says, damn, that's crazy. 18 plus instant fusions that can also... Dustin says, damn, that's crazy. 18 plus instant fusions that can also bait Ash Imperm for Hulk. This one's weird. Synchron Runic was something that people just sort of expected to be playable in the TCG, but in actuality, never converted. People tried it again when Master Duel came out. Like, this was the best way to play Runic for about 15 minutes. This is one of those scenarios where I think the OCG honestly just missed the mark and played kind of a mid-combo deck in the face of what was a much more consistent Runic deck in, you know, any of them. It needed the level 9, yeah. No Hulk? Hulk was not banned by the time Runic came out. There were formats where Hulk was legal at the same time as the Runic cards. The Ritual Hand Trap, you could add it off of Herald, was the idea. We didn't have Auroradon. Auroradon is an integral part of this. When did we ban Auroradon? May. And then when did the Runic cards come out? Tactical Masters. August. Oh, we missed it by a matter of months. That's so funny. Kelly says, here's a list I like to call post-Syac World Superstar decks that's... Waisu. What the fuck is Waisu? World Superstar. Kelly says, here's a list I like to call post-Syac decks that struggle more here because we have Full Power Branded and Nigh Full Power Kashtira. Full Power Branded? You just tried to sneak that one in past us, did you? Oh my god. Watch out, everybody. We got Full Power Branded over here. Oh, God. They got more... You understand that the OCG has a fuller Power Branded than we have here, right? You get that? Branded is so much better in the OCG. You have to waste your fucking Ash Blossom on Maxi. All right, anyway. I will say, jokes aside, Vanquish Soul, I think, fails to convert more because of Maxi than because of the existence of Full Power Branded. Not because it, like, plays better around Maxi, but because having another Earth in hand turns on your cards with a better frequency. Burley's about to be, like, the best deck. Come on. Yeah, this one I don't get. You would think a combo enabler would be better in a format without Maxi. Gixel posts an incredible answer. Bystial Sprite, Bystial Synchro was a deck that utilized powerful level 2 tuners like Ringo Worm and Assault Synchron to go into Chaos Ruler and Despotter and enable a variety of strong... oh, right, Chaos Ruler is banned in the TCG. I will say, almost every single deck that Chaos Ruler enabled is just the bottom of the barrel, most boring shit you could ever imagine. But Bystial Sprite, Bystial Synchro is actually an unfortunate casualty to its ban. We'll come back to this. Someone posted a list. Remember when this was expected to be the third-ish best deck post-Dabble due to a strong tier limit matchup, then proceeded to get about 2 tops ever? So we don't have Electromite, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think it matters. I don't think there was any world in which this deck was going to be taken seriously. Oh my god, you don't get it. This Pendulum deck puts up a bunch of negates. Oh, fucking crazy, dog. This one's really weird to me. Gishki was like the way to play Sprite for a significant amount of time in the OCG, thanks in part to Evagishki Naramanis. In the TCG, Sprite Elf was banned, which is a lot of the reason why the deck was playable in the first place, but I think there were a couple of events and weekends in which you could play the deck at something similar to Full Power, and people just didn't. They just elected not to. They were like, I don't really want to pay 5,000 life points in order to make this guy. Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to be completely real with you. I think we are just too stupid to play Zephyra. I think Americans, like, our excessive consumption of McDonald's has filled the part of our brain responsible for Zephyra combos with McNuggies. I'm pretty sure that if our pineal gland was not calcified, we could unlock the secrets of this deck. Vlad came close. But this deck has topped like one tournament every 2 months for the past 7 years. Like, look at this fucking thing. You can't even be like it's Maxi, because this is the most loses to Maxi deck I've ever seen. I'm going to run that back because of the sub. Thank you, Swolex. You can't even say it's Maxi, because this is the most loses to Maxi deck I've ever seen in my life. Look at that, and the decks look completely different. You go, like, each deck is just a completely different pile. Someone in the comments says, well, Electromite, and the person goes, no, Electromite isn't even that good in Zephyr decks. In the pure variant, it helps redundant hands, and in the pile variant, it just gives you a card in hand and an extra body. Like, that's not the end of the world, and yet we can't figure out how to play this fucking thing. Summon Sork? I mean, well, this is an old list. We had Summon Sork legal for a lot longer than it should have been. Old One says have missed, but Zombie Teledad. Due to banlist plus release date differences, TCG did not have Brionic and Cardiff Safe return at the same time, which was integral to the build success in the OCG. The deck was relegated to being worse than standard Teledad here. I will be completely honest with you. Having played a significant amount of the Teledad formats with Alex, I think Zombie Dad is one of the least explored decks in that format. It just feels so explosive. Streamer, talk about how DDD's getting their structure deck very late, made the deck strong for only exactly 1 femtosecond. This is This is like a DDD was supposed to release Zodiac. You can just fill in the blanks on this. You all know this one. You know what? Actually, this sucks. Every video, the DDD enthusiasts find a way to weasel this one in. This one's crazy. It is wild. So Ellie says, for some reason, in like 9 consecutive formats, Pure Dragon Maid was a top 3 deck in the OCG and has seen absolutely no success in the TCG besides a Chamber Splash and some Dragon Link brews. This one's wild. Again, another one of those decks where you can be like, oh, it plays nicely around Maxi, but I don't think it plays so nicely that it goes from being a top 3 deck to literally unplayable. It's just wild to think that we never even tried to play this. I'm going to be completely real with you. I think the OCG was wrong on this one. I think this deck is just not very good at all. Like, we had this in Master Duel, and it was dog shit there. Okay, this is the classic. Yes, Exodia FTK was busted in OCG from a couple of months in late 1999 to early 2000 because the way that Sandgan and Witch of the Black Forest worked is they would trigger whenever they went to the graveyard and not when they went to the graveyard from the field. And as a result, you could just kill your opponent turn 1 constantly. Sprite is not a bad example. Yeah. In the TCG, it was... Sprite is not a bad example. In the OCG, this thing was tier 00000. There were formats in which you would look at the top cut breakdown and it would just be a big picture of Sprite Blue. But in the TCG, it, I think, capped out at 50% of top cuts and only went down from there. By the end of the format, it was clear that maybe tier limit was better before the release of the Ishizus. I legitimately think that the OCG just didn't experiment enough with alternative tier brews. There's some differences. The release of Garua, for instance, obviously Maxi, but I think there was still a lot of raw power in tier limit that was unexplored overseas. They could summon Maxi and bounce it with swap. That was always pitched to me as the reason, but I never really saw anyone do it. The danger tier stuff was dog shit. Okay, I will be completely honest with you, CJ. You could not be more wrong. I think Casino tier is a better deck than Sprite in that format. And more importantly, if you look at the tier limit decks that the OCG was experimenting with, it's almost exclusively branded. It's almost exclusively like branded fusion bullshit playing minimal tier names. Oh, speaking of, there it is. Jeff Person, man, just straight up has it right here. Obviously, the addition of Garua no Maxi made Danger tier limit far more powerful in the TCG, but it's funny looking at what they played. Look at this. It's branded tier limit with, like, shadows in it. Ugh, disgusting. Oh, man. The coolest deck in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, completely unplayable because 2 cards were banned. I will be completely honest with you. Good. We should definitely have kept Block Dragon banned. I do not want this shit to be playable. And we go, wow, look at this fun, cool deck. Actually, it's really good that the deck whose power play is to hand loop you with Power Tool Dragon 2 is not legal. I think that's really awesome. I do like the VS people being like, VS, it just completely flopped in the TCG. And in the OCG, it was playable for all of 5 days. It's like, it's flopping everywhere, baby. This is so funny. Every person I know who gets off their Vegas flight posts exactly this picture. This is a release date thing. What the fuck? People played Valence over there? Ugh. No. No. Back in early 2011, when our window to the OCG format was Shriek, tournament reports of the OCG were filled with junk doppel. Ugh. Historically, the deck was a top contender in the TCG2, but due to various card pool differences, getting Librarian late, Tengu, the version running junk Synchron isn't it. Wait, I don't understand. What's weird about this? Am I missing something? No runics? Oh.
We got a Guido.
Okay. On your left is a picture of a Tier 1 meta deck from 2017, Zephyrath. To your right is a list of decks played last year during Tier 0 format. What the fuck? Stop topping with this! Stop it! True Draco, Cosmo, Metalfoe. A couple of TD Metalfoes topped over here, but they were never as dominant, and the Cosmo variants were completely unseen. I tried to make it work, but couldn't see the same success as the OCG. This is a pretty good one. Again, weird to be like a big combo deck like True Draco, Metalfoe, Cosmo was more popular in a format where Maxi existed. But over here, yeah, we just couldn't get Metalfoe, Cosmo to take off. I remember playing at the Worlds that year, at regionals that year, and there were always people around the top tables who were trying to make it work, but just couldn't get it. Oh, that's a good point, Chad. I guess at that time we did also have Maxi. This has not answered the question above me. What the fuck? You are kidding me. This is like fucking looking through the history books and seeing Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump in everything. Are you telling me every single Tier 0 format included a Zephyra player? Ugh. It didn't really flop per se, but I don't have a ton of better examples that aren't like Earth Slurry. Infernoble was much stronger in the OCG than it was here, and the builds differed greatly. I still hold that X-Paladin was the better combo starter by far. This list looks a lot different than what we played. I don't recall too many people being on 3 Ogier. Why are we on 2 Maxi? Well, you want to draw it sometimes. Someone's got to put Heat Soul on here. Am I allowed to say post-hit tier? It's still got a high representation despite a limit that hit it harder than the TCG. Ugh. Am I allowed to say post-hit tier? It's still seeing high representation despite a list that hit it harder than the TCG, a Fenrir ban, a Pellerino limit, a Rhino limit, and it gets better with Agov. In the TCG, it just died after the initial limits. I guess Chaos Ruler was the problem. Branded Adventure was tier 1 in the OCG for multiple months before POT. Turns out the best way to play Branded in the TCG was full gas with patchwork. No, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Branded Adventure was also very popular and powerful here. Like, definitely the branded deck that was all gas was good, but certainly the adventure variant was played. It was very played. There's an argument as to whether it was better or worse than the gas one. I think it probably was worse, but like it was popular. When they banned Kid Kalos, this was the best deck for 2 weeks. I remember the week that Kid Kalos got banned. Oh, thank goodness they posted it. Tri-Brigade took up 28% of the metagame. This deck is no longer played. Nothing changed. They just elected to stop playing this deck because it was actually not very good. Literal week 1 shit. Look at this deck, by the way. Yeah, we got to play like one Albaz Dragon. We got to play the one insanely bad trap card here. Oh, shit. 3 Kit, 2 Nerval, 2 Karas? You know. Oh, boy. Could not pay me to play this deck. Matthew Foster says, I get Heat Soul was released way later in the TCG, but it was always funny that this was like the 3rd or 4th best deck for 2 years straight. Ugh. It literally looks like a 2013 deck. Like, this is how people were building wind-ups. Half the deck is 1-card combos, and the rest is just traps.
We got a Guido.
While Synchro Cat was good here, OG Synchro Cat was... While Synchro Cat was good here, OCG Synchro Cat was very good at the same time as Dad. This is because they had Brio out, allowing for Cat, make Brio, Premat to get back Cat, Brio bounce Premat, rinse and repeat. That's what we were trying to do. That's what we were trying to do in Saga. Wait, no, not Saga. That's what we were trying to do in... That's what we were trying to do in Progression, and you all told I wish I was dead, he was a moron. When the entity cards were released in the OCG in late 2015, it gave rise to a fabled
what do you think
entity
the
deck.
Amazoness call sounds like?
What? Is that true?
Probably something like,
I'm noticing the OCG seems to focus a lot more on skill-expressive decks, while the TCG players seem to move towards the not optimal decks instead, or the most optimal decks instead. I think that they might be gravitating towards something else. I wouldn't call Dragon Maid a very skill-expressive deck. This is a lie. I don't believe this person. Okay, real talk, I'm happy that this didn't take off over here. What the fuck is... This is a who's who of every banned card for the last 10 years. Look at this. Dandelion, Gub. Wasn't Spore banned for a while? Phyrexian Cluster Amaryllis. Armanite, Destrudo. Gofu. Jet. Olion. Blackwing fucking Tear the Rain Man. Soul Charge. Instant Fusion. Azathoth. Hauk. Goblin. Curious. Summon Sork. Firewall. What the this is literal ban list turbo. That's insane. Oh, and Maxi. Yeah, can't forget Maxi. Chris Clausulus, incredible name. Not a deck, but rather a card. Card ye saw play in every deck in the OCG, especially when Hieratic was tier 1 over there. Never saw someone play this card in the TCG outside of some stall or burn strategy. So this card was really popular in the TCG, and I'm going to be completely real with you. Probably very underplayed. In fact, a lot of like hat theory has gone back on being like, no, you need to be playing card D in your decks. But a lot of the reason that we didn't play a lot of it is because it was hard to get. Like, this was an expensive card for a really long time. I got Performapal, Draco Slayer. Like, come on. You're going to tell me, oh, yeah, if we had Electromite, all these fucking decisions made sense. You don't understand. If we had Electromite, you got to be playing the one Dino Mist Charge. To be fair, though, it was really it was funny. Ninja Hieratic had 2 placements in the top 8. It was in the finals in Asia Championship 2012. This deck was entirely legal at the TCG at the exact same time. Man, we were just not good at building decks during Hieratic formats. We just weren't. I think this deck is insane. This deck is nuts. A lot of the same stuff. Tellarknight was in contention for second best deck in the OCG. So, hate to be like this. That was true here as well. When Duelist Alliance released, Tellarknight was expected to be a top 2 deck. Because we just we couldn't conceptualize a deck like Burning Abyss being good. We just didn't get it. And the other thing is they're like, oh, it was in competition for the second best deck. Even with BA, Tellarknight is probably the 3rd or 4th best deck in Duelist Alliance format. That was good. These were good. Thank you. You were all very comprehensive. Clearly, we've often clearly the OCG isn't always as illustrative as we hope it would be. But I'm hoping. Clearly, the OCG isn't always as illustrative as we expect it will be. But I'm hoping that at least Rescue Ace is playable. Come on, you got to give me this. The deck is so funny. See you next time. Bada bing. Done just in time. All right, let's build our deck for the Doug game. First take, literal first take. All right, so I wish I was dead sent me something, and I hate to do this. I think I disagree with him. I think he's just absolutely dead wrong about what we need to be playing. Okay, this I think is close. He wants us to also be playing the Trap Tricks.
We got a Guido.
But as like a rank 4 engine, which I think is fine. Yeah, I think is okay. I'm having a question about if I want to play Geh. I think Geh is actually not very good. I'm looking at the extra deck right here, and he does have some 4s I think we are missing out on. We need to be playing Raw 10 for sure. We're going to win. I think while building this deck, I think we are in a much better position than I had originally anticipated. I think the Strenna is not very good. Doesn't do anything. The problem is I really also want to find a way to fit Gaga Samurai in here. And, oh, we can put the floodgates back.
We got Agito.
Agito. What trap hole did Doug? Oh, Doug took back the trap hole ban, by the way. I think we are playing Mantis and one Dionea. And I think our ulti craft is Utopic Onomatopoeia. I don't think we decided on an ulti craft. I think we couldn't decide if we wanted to craft Gaga Gaga Magician for like F-Zero access or Utopic Onomatopoeia. But I think that Utopic Onomatopoeia is insane. Like, I think he's unbelievable. It's main deck only? It's not. So we gotta lose... Gotta lose something. We could cut... Pegasus Twin Saber. I think we cut Pegasus Twin Saber. I think Lord is maybe not very good. Like, we're just not on enough traps for Lord to be as good as we want. Do you need 3 Adhara? It's our only tuner. So the concept is, like, we can get to Ding Dong by, like, specialing out an Ascended Sage and then normal summoning an Adhara. But we have, like, a million ways to get to anything. Wasn't Trap Hole limited? No, he walked it back.
Agito.
Yeah, I'm going to cut Lord, I think. Thanks, Leah.
We got Agito.
How do you spell onomatopoeia? Poea. Onomato. Poea. What's the game plan here? So it's rank 4. We're just like using the Utopic Onomatopoeia guys to go ZS Utopic Sage to get the one we're missing into rank up Magic Zexal Force. We Zexal Force into the Derident, and then we can just like do a billion with this guy, and then the other 4 converts into Utopia the Lightning, so we get like a billion with that guy too, right? We just like OTK. But if we go first and we like have to play a control game, we can use the Adharas to make Danglong, which is 2 negates. We go 9 pillars, send Shiwen. And then we also on the crackback have like access to Chaofeng, which can shut off Doug's deck. Like, I think that we've got a lot going on in here. I think it's not terrible. I think I'm actually cutting one of the fucking floodgates. Honestly, I think this looks pretty good. Why do we need the Fire Tenny? It's just a free 4. We need as many free 4s as possible. The last question is, do we want to... What was the branded ban again? Albaz. Do we want to play double or nothing? That's the last question. So the concept with the double or nothing is we can use Utopia double to rank up the double into a Utopia Ray V without using Rank Up Magic Zexal Force. What stops the attack? Nothing. The card cannot be activated. It's just a Garnet for this. I think it's got to be a no. I think it's got to be a no, unfortunately. God, if we had Utopia, this would just be a 100% win. But we don't. Dude, just blind second? I don't think so. I'm thinking of cutting Utopic Future for Gagaga Samurai. I feel like there's so few opportunities we have to make. You know what? I'm gonna cut Berserker for Samurai. There we go. Yeah. I'm feeling all right about this.
Hello?
Hello?
How's it? When was the last time you recorded one of these? Like a while ago, right?
It was, yeah. And I'm in a better mood this time than I've been in the last 12.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think, I don't know, I think you were killing it the last few episodes that have been posted for sure.
Yeah, I think
maybe episode 9 that hasn't gone up yet, you were a little down.
I was going to say, the ones that have been up, I feel good about. The next 2 that are in the tank, maybe not so much.
Well, we're halfway through this one, so you can change it with the second half.
Exactly, right.
Here, let me pull out this.
So what are we right now? Fucking 6-4? No, we've only played 9 episodes, right? We're 5-4. Oh, yeah.
5-4, yeah.
We could still come back, folks. Wasn't last episode a total blowout? It wasn't a total... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a fucking unbelievable blowout. I think the comments to that one are going to be like, Joseph, your out here is to find Doug's home address.
No, I actually saw, I never spoil people in the comments, but I saw a couple people, not really super high liked comments, but a couple people were like, he should just ban polymerization. So they're on the right track. Like, they get it.
The thing is, I know when that episode goes up, people are going to
pissed.
kill me.
It's good that you're doing it and not me. If I did that kind of shit, series is over.
No, like, if you did that shit, you would go to http://reddit.com and people would be like, does anyone think that Doug is being a little too ridiculous in his series?
He's taking this a little bit too seriously.
By the way, you are the only one that gets comments like that. Like, fucking...
I don't know, the prog comments are kind of rough out there.
The progs are rough, but like, every comment that's like people with their decks... like on third-party websites, I mean. The prog people, they stay in the youtube.com. But like, when you do something that's like spiky, people are like, does anyone think Doug has like a bit of an ego? It's like, what is wrong with you people?
So it's actually, I never talked about this publicly before. Also, I have invited you. I don't know if you've gotten these in the mail.
I didn't even notice.
No, you're good. I have talked about this before. So when the first saga started, I'm actually like, if you haven't met me in person, guys, I'm actually... maybe some would even say toxically competitive. I'm a very competitive person. And at the start of Saga, I think I took it a little bit too competitive, and then I kind of reeled back, and then I think I reeled back too much. But now we're kind of getting back into, like, what I like to do. Play competitively, think competitively. Makes for some good games, I think.
It's frustrating because, like...
this is the wrong...
I understand, like, the fun factor, and I think, obviously, you do have to balance. Like, you can't play the same deck every week forever, because that shit is boring as hell. I mean, also kind of not competitive in that, like, it's easy to pre-board against your opponent. But, I wish I could get these people to understand the joy of competitive play, of taking a format that is like inherently not competitive and taking it seriously.
Min-maxing it.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
People
It's good.
don't understand that min-maxing is the most exciting thing you can do on this bitch of an earth.
Life. Yeah, about to say life. Okay, I thought you were saying Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, life is. I min-max while driving. I don't know. I just can't.
I'm
get it
always
out of my
doing
head.
2 things at once. I'm driving and drinking at the same time. Let's see if I have some. Oh, I got to use
Nice
these
sip of
sleeves.
water.
These are great sleeves. Oh, did you see the we were speaking of water in place of alcohol. Have you seen the art for the new lore woman?
No.
So there's a new lore woman that's going to be like the Albaz or whatever, and she's
Oh,
holding
the
like snake.
goth chick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they released some of the art for her, and she's just like blasted. She's like drunk and shit. It's real funny. But they have the bottle next to her, and it says water. Like, don't worry, folks. This is water. That's what
Water.
I'm drinking every day in the car. What am I?
Just running it back.
Use this one. There we go. All right. I mean, those are the 3. Those are the 3 main cards, I will say. Okay. I feel I don't know about this one. It's a little bleak, but I think it's a good investment.
What is your Why does my hair keep? What does your prediction look like?
Let's take a look. 4852U. That's not so bad.
Okay. Mine is 77 me, but that might be a bit of an exaggeration.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, fuck. Oh my god.
I did spend like 10 minutes telling them that I've spent 2 weeks on this deck because I was really bored, but we'll see if that changes anything. I don't want to hype myself up too much because that's
Jesus.
dangerous.
All right, chat.
Before I do it.
I'm going to, for the first time in months, correctly resize you for this video. There you go. Oh my god. All right. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Now, Doug, I'm going to be completely honest with you. My previous tactics of whining the entire time and winning anyway have not been working. I haven't been winning anyway. I'm going to do something I never
Been
wanted
slipping.
to do in a
Oh
million
yeah,
years.
first or second.
But I will
Making me go first.
Well, I know you got all those fluffles. I will say this. I have got a new tactic that is sure to get me the victory.
Yeah.
Doug, you got to understand that I'm just a little boy. I'm just a little baby boy, and it's my birthday. And you wouldn't hit a little baby boy. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses. Come on.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think it. Should I even try to do anything here? What are you playing? Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, how interesting. Well, looks like going second was correct after all. Oh my god.
I'll
that's a
just
hell
see
of a
what you're
draw.
doing.
All right. Well, why don't you see
I'll see what
this?
you're doing.
I'm going to
I've
begin
played hands
again.
like this going first and up.
I'm a little baby boy. I'm a little baby boy. Just a little baby boy with my little baby toy. And I got
I
to
just
say,
noticed your field.
yeah, what's wrong with it?
Nothing.
I'm not
you
playing
summoning?
with LJ. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God.
Instead, I'm gonna be doing my I'm on my baby boy shit. I'm on my birthday boy arc. I'm gonna be doing some boo 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 ga 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 doo 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 poo poo poos.
I thought you had no hope. Yeah, I discarded.
I have no
Marshall?
hope, but I have the rest of the cards. So we're
You
gonna
got
be adding
everything else. Okay. fair.
Utopic Onomatopoeia,
Oh
and
my God. You didn't
Zubaba
have that card.
Bancho, ga 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 coat.
Yeah, this is like a different pack, right? Than the ZS Ascendant
Very
Sage pack,
correct,
or-
Doug. Very correct. All right, we're gonna normal
you
summon
were
Utopic
laying
Onomatopoeia.
your groundwork. Yeah.
Special ZS Armed Sage.
Sure.
Can activate the effect of Utopic Onomatopoeia. We are going to summon Dodo Dwarf Go 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 Glove and Zubaba Bancho Ga 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 Coat. Still with me?
Yeah. I'm following.
For now. Next, I'll summon ZS Utopic Sage.
Okay, this one's pretty good if I remember correctly. We're
We're going to activate the effect of
Summon
ZS
from
Utopic
deck.
Sage.
Okay.
To special ZS Ascended Sage.
Oh, so you can search the. Okay. Yeah, you're cooking. Am I dead?
Yes.
No way.
We'll
You
activate
don't have.
Ascended Sage.
Mm-hmm.
Zubaba Bancho Ga 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 Coat.
No. You can't.
Dodo the dwarf. Go glove.
Oh, chat's not gonna, or comments aren't gonna be happy about this one. I think this is the first time this hasn't worked. The passing turn.
And
one.
as much as I want to give chat what they want, chat, I
They
know
got something
exactly
funny in
what
the
you
extra
want.
deck.
Unfortunately, I am aware that because I activated ZS Utopic Sage's effect, I can only attack with number monsters for the rest of the turn.
Correct.
I know you all want to see me summon a big guy and go, "Oh no, I'm so bad! Oh, boo 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 boo!" You know, and don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Right.
Sure.
We're gonna go into that card you all know and love. I'm talking about number C39, Utopia Bad Drident.
Yeah.
I guess we'll put Ascended on top. I don't really care. It's not really important. And then, man, I mean, I want to get in for more. We can make Black Ship of Corn, which is a number. Get in for, like, what, 21? I think I just want to... I'm sorry. I think this is just right. We're going to make Rafflesia. And then we're going to equip our Utopia AV with Tornado Bringer, which is why we didn't activate the effect of our fucking guy. Right, so we're going to get in for 39.
Why'd you just miss 15?
What do you mean?
Oh, you can't attack with non-numbers. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll set one, and we will pass.
Oh my god, is that the... No. Or wait, did you... No, Ascended search the... Okay. Man, I'm alive. That's crazy.
For now.
Holy shit. So none of these face-up cards do anything besides Rafflesia.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta think about this. Let's go activate Danger Mothman.
Oh, dude, the danger is so exciting.
Oh my god. Oh no, you don't even know. I don't even want to fucking hear it about the deck this week. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know. You don't even know. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's discard Snow on Light of Dark World. Active
Oh.
effect. Is that even the one?
Hold up, buddy. If you pulled another fully completed deck that is also SR or higher, I'm going to lose it, folks.
Yeah, I'll just do this. We'll just keep digging. Add Snow.
Yeah, you fucking pearly sleepy memory next.
Activate Jackalope.
I'll hit the Jackalope, thank you.
No, I'll hit the Snow again. Yes.
That's really annoying.
Summon.
Just a real quick, I just want to make sure that I'm reading this right. Snow's an SR, correct?
Yeah, no, Snow's a UR actually from the Fairy Tale Golden Castle pack.
Oh wow, good idea that you went into it.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think it's this.
Oh, you think it's Gates? Are you sure? Are you sure it's the fucking Gates?
Let's go.
Gates, so you are.
Gates.
That's interesting. I just, I don't want to whine every time, but I'm just saying, I'm a little baby boy and it's my birthday, but it seems that you are getting all the presents. That doesn't seem fair to me, personally.
Let's go. Yeah, discard
Lucient. Does Lucian even do anything here? That's fine.
He's like Golden Silva. Yeah.
I'm familiar with Lucian. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Me and Lucian, we go way back. Oh, he's big. Right, he's big. That's fine.
Let's try Dark World Lightning on the trap that
You are just such a little baby. You're a little baby boy.
Oh my. That's pretty good. That's pretty.
I was kind of hoping to get
fucking
something
good,
better.
man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. That's fine.
Hey, wait, what's your discard?
Activate. It doesn't
Thunderbird,
discard if
get
you
him, please.
if you chain the card.
Oh my god, annoying. Very annoying. I guess we have to do this because otherwise it contests the Rafflesia. Annoying. So annoying.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't. I mean, I can like I guess I'm at 4,000. Yeah. Okay. Let's activate charge.
Oh my god.
Doing this.
Annoying.
Get rid of just another
sure.
red resonator.
This he's a fiend as well.
Yeah. Let's make chain Bara,
Oh, okay.
and then battle attack this, activate effect,
It's unfortunate. Really would like to keep him around.
and then attack this effect.
I would like to keep him around too.
That's, I mean, 39 is can attack destroy monster head on the field. Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead.
What's that set card?
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
The monster. Thunderbird.
Oh man, that's that's okay. That was an all right draw. We're gonna activate Automata Pickup. All right, we don't actually have any targets.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Oh man, that's really bleak.
Yeah.
Get this fucking guy out of here, please.
There he goes.
Does this guy pierce or something?
I hope not.
No, that would
No.
be funny. All right, go ahead.
All right. There is a draw that's like pretty insane right here. That is not it. Oh man. All right, fair. Next game.
All right. Woo!
Dude, that Ice Dragon's
give
prison
me hope.
every time is like game
Shoulda
ending.
banned it.
I know
Shoulda
how
banned it.
Nadir feels in season 1. Oh my god. Chat, of course I was trying to attack with the Rafflesia with the Lucian, but like I just wanted to clear the back row first.
Yeah, no, I was
like, what if the
never.
back row is something?
If you went to battle phase there, I just flip IDP.
Yeah.
And then
So
I
it's like I don't
literally
know why
win.
it's like, yeah, that's like, oh no, if it would have been crazy, would have been so good.
Chat
Correct.
like seeing an onboard trick and being like, "Wait, why didn't you lose to the onboard?"
I'll go
trick
second. I'll go
first?"
second,
Yeah,
obviously.
go second. Go second. Fucking. All right, okay, this is gonna.
Maybe
be a
I
little
should
more-
have tried to play turn 1. I don't know. It just, when I was testing the deck, I did do a bunch of turn 1 hands, and like they very frequently didn't do anything. But I think that one maybe could have got somewhere if I tried really hard.
Jesus, freaking Christ, Lois. That's not a bad one. All right, we're gonna begin with Automata Pickup.
Yeah, let's go. I guess all you needed was positive mental attitude today.
And 3 copies of Automata Pickup. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What are we doing here? It's so frustrating. The deck does do a lot of really funny, cool things that I am not prepared to actually do. How do I want to do this? So we can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Like. I think I'm doing this. It doesn't seem right. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Automata Pyra.
Yeah, we're gonna activate Para, sure.
We're gonna discard Mantis. I'm gonna grab Gaga Coat and Dwarf Glove.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna normal summon Dionea. We're gonna activate the effect. We're gonna target Mantis here. Then we're going to
Yeah.
Rafflesia. Set 1, pass. All right, so...
Isn't Para just like full combo by itself? I guess, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, but like, what is full combo here? A bunch of monsters with no on-field effects?
True.
What I'm doing here is I'm making Rafflesia, and I'm saying, Doug, you have to kill me right now, because if you don't, I am going to murder you.
Right. Activate Chupacabra. Thank God it didn't hit itself for one single time in
I really
existence.
preferred that it did.
Let's go.
Hey, Doug, wait, real quick. I know I'm the birthday boy, and I shouldn't be like, I'm just a little guy.
It's not. Why do you keep? It's not your birthday. What are you talking about?
I'm just a little guy. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip here. You should consider going to battle phase to clear the Rafflesia.
Yeah, it's good. You're good. Yeah. Let's go response team instead to clear it, I think.
Why don't you just fuck off? All right, how does this work? If I remove the Chupacabra, is Rafflesia still getting pitched?
Yes. Yeah, return them to the hand. If it said those targets, it wouldn't. It would both need to, but...
I'm trusting you on this. And I don't trust easy, especially on my birthday.
And then we'll go... Oh, that seems like kind of risky, though. I love drawing cards, but let's do response team. Discard Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Thunderbird effect.
We're pretty dead here, huh?
Ring. Oh, you could have ring. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, it would still resolve.
Well, this was an interesting
16. You know, I really, really hate to say it, but this does actually kind of come down to a fucking danger effect.
Your whole deck is dangerous. I'd be insulted if it didn't.
Let's go. Okay, Chupacabra, you got this again. Let's go. You know which one. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, hit discard Brow. Chupacabra special. It's not. Oh my God, what is happening? No, not now. Not now. Wow, that is really unfortunate that this is happening like this. This thinking. Sorry, let's go. Yeah, we can't even make that one. These have been some unfortunate... No.
Me when every danger hits! Oh, darn, dude.
Yeah, no, the danger hits have been fine. No, the danger hits have been fine. What does this card do? Let's go synchro. It's like, yeah, this card does not do. I mean, all right, let's rev it up. Yeah, sure. Like, you know it doesn't trigger this, right, chat?
Jesus Christ, what dog?
Let's go Coral.
Okay, all right.
Red
no
Rising,
problem.
you have to read.
What was this in?
The Master Pack?
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I don't even know if this is in a pack.
Okay,
God.
okay. Pop that. I don't know what
Yeah,
that does, but something. And then... So, like, the thing is... This isn't even good anymore, but maybe I could... All right, we just got to draw a danger monster, maybe.
Gonna make Baron here.
I wish. Ruddy Rose Dragon.
Kinda.
This isn't even that good right here.
Oh my God.
It's there. No, this deck is like the culmination of 10 weeks individual random one-ofs that I've pulled.
You were doing this at the same time as pulling all
Are
the
you
fluffle?
fucking kidding me, dude? This deck is so much better than these draw. Oh my God.
Welcome
I'm
to my
so
freaking
angry.
life, Doug.
Oh my God! Whatever.
Oh,
Attack. Go ahead.
All right,
Whatever.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Doug. You have it's my birthday. You have to tell me if you have a Black Rose Dragon.
Right.
Because that is literally about to be game determinative. Do you have a Black Rose is a UR?
Is it?
I don't know. Let's find out. It
Clear
is.
3200 guy. I mean, he literally has a bad Dryden. That's his like main boss monster.
The
so.
bad Dryden is literally lethal here. It's a UR. It is not in a pack. If he has it, he wins.
What's in the Black Rose pack?
Did you go into the Black Rose pack?
I don't know. I got Ruddy Rose Dragon. Man, I feel like you haven't said go love enough today.
Yeah.
Do.
I'm trying to think if there's another line. Okay. In fact, there is another line.
Oh yeah.
We go. But the other line potentially dies on the crackback. I don't want to do that. Chat says just go for it. You're up a game. I'm going to, every one of you, death. Permanent death.
Oh my God.
Permanent, unstoppable death. Okay. So.
Yeah.
No! I just read this card. You don't need the Black Rose to summon this. It's optional. Oh, thank God.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Whew. Oh. By the way, I just want to point out, no one in chat said that. That was not me reading chat and recognizing it. No one in chat said
yeah.
that. They did not figure it out. They were about to let
you
me
can
fucking
still do the
die.
negate regardless.
They were gonna. They were like, Joseph, you could die for all I care. All right.
They
Now we
want
have
you to
to-
play into Black Rose. They are begging you to.
Now we have to make a decision. So we can go 4, 5, bada bing, 1 back. I feel like we can end on 3 rank 4s though, which would be a lot better. The way we would do that is we go Utopic Sage, these 2. No, Utopic Sage, these 2. Summon out, Reborn. 2/2. Yeah, that does it. Let me just make sure this card's a fucking number. All right.
Yeah. That's important.
It's actually not important? Okay, and he is also a Dododona Go. Okay. We go Utopic Sage. Like this.
Yep.
Utopic Sage effect. We summon... Oh, you know what? I actually have another line. A second line that's even funnier. Because this is a number, isn't it? So we can go a guy and him into there. Attack. Wait, is this lethal? Hold the phone.
Uh-oh, we're
32
finding
plus,
things.
what is this? 26 is 58. You're at 64.
64.
Little off, aren't we? Alternatively, yeah, that can't be the line. There's actually a number of reasons that can't be the line. Utopic Sage has text on it. I keep reading that text. It's so interesting.
A lot of effects on there. Yeah, no, it's
All right, we will get. Just make sure I can do everything I want here. Sorry, this is taking forever.
Oh, you got to think about the line. I get it.
Yes, that's literally true.
Yeah. These cards are pretty strong.
They're insane. Yes, you can be honest with me. They're
They seemed a little worse when I had full power Fluffle.
Yeah,
and you
that's
didn't have half
damn
these
if that
cards.
ain't true. Damn if that ain't true. Okay. We're always making him.
I swear this deck that I'm playing was better in testing.
I know. I dog. If there's
you're gonna
anyone
love
in
to
this
say it.
call that will believe you on
Yeah,
that.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I'm excited to show it to you, though. When I
Make-
kill you on the crack bed.
I mean, I think you might. Dubs.
Yeah.
Arm Sage. By the way, thank you for making it the Arm Sage effect. Previously, it was like you have to activate the double effect, and it was like which double
Which
effect?
effect?
You know?
Yeah.
They've done a lot here.
Gosh.
To a Utopia monster you control.
I like that when you get that in simulators and you'll just get like 2 question mark text boxes that pop up.
Oh yeah, that's the
one of
classic.
those?
You still get that with Ariana though. You have to actually.
Oh,
read her.
sure. Yeah. The hander.
Okay. Lightning.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in here.
Oh. Okay, wait. How many URs and SRs does your deck have?
All right, Utopia the Lightning I pulled 10,000 years ago. I've just been waiting.
Oh, really? You just
He's
had
the-
that?
He's the only UR. And Onomatopoeia is my craft for this week. I used the UR
Okay, I
lifeline.
don't feel so bad then.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you used the
So-
swap one?
Yeah.
Swap a UR?
So I was going to use a swap UR for Utopia, but then I realized that's not how that works. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can make Black Ship of Corn here, and then we do, 1824? Is that lethal? I can't do math. It's not.
All right.
Okay, I think we can just go combat in that case. We go...
Wait. Oh, yeah, that was that last game. Oh, my God. I was like, you have a second?
No, you bounced it.
Do you know Utopia Lightning's effect? It'll just be at 5,000.
Yeah, I don't have to activate it, though.
You just did, though. It
No.
says apply effect. Oh!
It's Armades as well. Do you know Utopia the Lightning's effect?
Yeah, I just didn't think that was an activated effect. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's strange, right?
Discarded that. Wait, it's not an activated
It's
effect. I don't
just
know
yeah,
why
that's why it did that like blue thing. It's like applying. It's letting you know it applied.
If this card battles your opponent. Yeah, weird. Okay. All right. Deck. Yeah, I mean that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about how today's going.
Whoa! What the fuck? You should target the Utopia the Lightning. All right, I guess I'll do this.
Make a person. Whoa!
You sounded like me right now.
So many fun games with this deck over the last 2 weeks of testing. I'm excited to show it to you. I'm excited to show it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, any monster does it. That's not exactly the monster I was hoping for. Thankfully, I'm
It's all right.
choosing you. I
Actually,
drew it.
I think the last couple episodes have been a little bit one-sided in my direction.
Oh, do you
so
think?
It's okay.
Oh, you think? They haven't been particularly close, Doug. Oh my god. Okay, what's her defense?
Well, there was that one that I
100?
misclicked.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you for that one. I appreciate it. And thank you for this one, too. This has been a really,
no problem.
really good use of everyone's time, I think.
Oh, Zach Lethal, you'll get extra points.
King of Hope! Oh!
Utopialess Utopia. GG's.
All right.
Okay, let me see that deck.
It is a pile. I will tell you right now, it's a freaking pile, Lois.
Oh my god, why are the Tenyis still in here?
So
because you can make Danglong to
any
actually,
free
that's
4
fair.
makes Danglong for the negate. And the Tenyis
I mean,
are also
this just-
good. They're just like free 4s. I'm only playing the free 4s in the Adhara.
This looks really hard to beat. Yeah, this looks pretty strong.
I mean, it's like constructed Utopia, but if you look at the extra deck, we don't have like Dragonar
Yeah, that's the weakest part,
or
is the
the Leo. But we do have
oh,
double.
you pulled Raw 10 or whatever that guy's
Yeah, we
called,
pulled Raw
the Link
10.
Monster. That's a good
We'll
one.
see if he comes up. What are we working
Okay,
with?
take a look at my deck here. I just want to walk you through the process. So my deck.
Hold up. Let me
the
get to the deck. Let me
idea-
get to the deck.
Yeah. The idea for this strategy is draw your entire deck, summon 2 level 6 monsters, make Beatrice send Snow. I have independently pulled Beatrice and Snow and like a bunch of random cards, so you can go Red Resonator into Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon can trigger danger monsters, but also, yeah, we got these level 6 Dark World cards, so you can make basically your goal is to summon 2 Dark Worlds or Dark World and Coral Dragon. And then like because you've drawn your entire deck, you can Beatrice and like in test hands. I know. But in test hands, this was like going insane. Like it was so much fun to play. This is definitely like one of the most fun decks I've built in a Saga series. It's just like a lot of combos, a lot of crazy big turns. But that game 2 I had, and the hand I had was 3 copies of Latinum, Extriarch of the Dark World.
Doug,
So,
I have spent the last 3 weeks playing Pacifist Tenyi, and you're rolling up with Danger Dark World, Beatrice Send Snow.
I'm trying out here, man. I'm trying.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea how you lost this one. I have literally zero I do not know.
Yeah, so the thing with the going first is that I did a bunch of going first hands, and I was specifically, now I can say it's now that we're past here, I specifically was trying to see how often the going first hands could get to Beatrice
Doug,
with
what?
cards
Sorry.
to banish for Snow.
What is
And
your
it isn't,
fucking extra?
like you can summon Beatrice, but I oftentimes just didn't have the 7 cards to banish. Because a lot of times you you can't like danger response team as effectively, and you can't, I don't know, Dark World
Doug,
Lightning.
your extra
and, like,
is
the Thunderbird
for,
is good.
for those of you who are not watching at home, the extra is Chanbara Coral, Red Resonator, the Resonator Dragon, Void Ogre, Scarlight, Borreload Savage,
See this
Groza,
guy?
which is good.
Well, that
and
triggers
the
the Dark World cards.
I know he's a Dark World support. Ruddy Rose.
Got M7 to add
And then
back
we have
dangers to reuse. We got this
M7,
guy for some
Beatrice,
reason.
Malevolent Sin. Admittedly, Agarion is dog shit. Cross Sheep, Triple Burst, Borreload. What the fuck is going on here? Where did you find these?
It's just a whole bunch
You
of
have
like
a Dragon Link
individual...
extra, dog.
I know, dude. As soon as we unban
The Tracer
Squid
ban was
Draw,
correct.
right?
I don't want to hear shit ever
Yeah.
again.
Oh my gosh, GG's. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
So you used the the UR where you
Okay, I'm gonna be
swap the
honest
UR
with you.
pulled.
I used
Yeah.
2 of them because I didn't really understand how it worked. But I went in on the UR swap. Yeah.
Well, what was the other one that you used?
Well, because I thought it worked differently. I thought it was I could UR a previous one,
Okay.
but that wasn't true. So we just crafted the UR, the Utopic Onomatopoeia.
Okay, so the only one you've used is the UR swap.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. See you in a couple days.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, Crush Cards, it is now your job to make it look like instead of saltily going into the pack, I just didn't do that. Doug, thank you for the 10 gifties. Oh, good. Doug's here. Fuck. Pretend you didn't hear that. All right, I'll turn alerts back on. Let me... Yeah, for those of you who were not here last time, after realizing that the UR didn't work the way we wanted, I just like super dejected was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna roll the 5 of the previous pack to see if I get Utopia, because like that's the only thing I care about. And then I didn't, and I said, okay, we're gonna use the UR craft. Do we have a plan at all for next time? Not remotely. We are so fucked next week. You have no idea. Like, legitimately, what do we do from this position? Like, this deck's fine, but I don't think Utopia Ray V is going to cut it forever. The thing is, though, I will say the thing is, if we can get into another pack with a 4 in it, we will win. I did not realize how important Rafflesia was, by the way. Thank you to whoever convinced me to play this at the last minute. I Wish I Was Dead, I think. I Wish I Was Dead was like, you need to be playing trap tricks, like full stop trap tricks with the ZS and the ZSs and the 4 Tenyis, and you just need to be playing trap tricks. I disagree with that. I think the Utopia guys are insane. I think Ray V is unbelievable, but I understand the impulse because this card is the only reason I was alive. Points? Oh, you all got a fat payout if you voted for me on the Doug channel. Jesus Christ, I did not think we were going to win that one. All right, Birthday Boy Gaming. You want to do the pack opening? We'll do the pack opening, and then we'll call it. And it'll be about 1 p.m. All right, listen to the dulcet tones of my pissing, and then we'll do the pack opening. Yeah, I Wish I Was Dead. I will say it did come up where we had like a much better... Or that turn that we established... the untargetable lightning plus Rafflesia, we could have just killed if we were playing Double or Nothing. Just because Double or Nothing would have allowed us to go into Utopia Ray V without having to get the Zexal weapon, or without having to get the ZS, and so we could have used the Zexal weapon more aggressively. It was... We maybe should be playing Double or Nothing anyway. I'm just so afraid of bricking. All right. And we've been playing so much fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! That we just have the money. All right. We're going to start in the face cam one. I like starting in this. We won a week! We won a week! I don't know how we won a week. I feel like we weren't supposed to. Doug's deck looks like better than constructed quality. And we're basically playing with a bunch of pieces we've scrounged off the floor of a local gymnasium. But we won a week. That said, we've got a lot of ground to cover. That said, we've got a lot of ground to cover. That said, we've got a lot of ground to cover. Doug's got a really impressive deck, and our strategy still has a lot of holes in it. I mean, we are still coping on the trap tricks. We're making rank 4s. I think that the Utopia guys are probably going to feature in whatever our next deck is, just because they're so unbelievably strong. But we need to find something else to do. We do still have the Tenyis that can make a dang long package. Any Worms-style combo deck, I really would appreciate to give our dang long actually something to like mill and send and, you know, transform into, other than like coping on maybe we'll make a Chow Fang someday. And any rank 4 monsters at all. And any rank 4 monsters at all will be a huge boon to the strategy. And of course, anything we do is going to start with 10 master packs. As always, we are hoping for Utopia. Like, theoretically, if we just get Utopia in a master pack, I will cry. Tears of joy. All right, we are going to have to start applying the same tactic that we applied in our game versus Doug. Master Pack, I'm just a little birthday boy. I'm just a little boy, and I'm wearing glasses. You wouldn't open 9 commons to a guy in glasses, would you? Oh my god, you really wouldn't. Whoa! Zubaba Bancho Gaga coat is dark, but the rest of them are not. So if we can find any supplemental Dark Engine, this could get going. In fact, if that opened the Raid Raptor pack, that might be the play. Yo, Synchro Fusionist is actually very scary. Love to see a 4. Not that one, though. I mean, a bunch of good cards for sure. Why don't we play? No, I think we might be steering clear of Sea Moon. What the fuck? We got the laser tomahawk. We got the censored tomahawk on Master Duel. Oh, gross. Doesn't even open a pack. Can we please get a gay one?
We got a Guido.
All right. Cloven Helm is like a Phantom Knight part of a 4 engine that we could try. Plus, you know how I feel about Ice Jade Acti. I'm just like, these are so boring. I mean, no, right? We've looked at that pack a number of times. No. Can we open a pack that doesn't, like, smell? Oh, Escape Device is good. That's a second copy of that. That's a Vanishing Lanius. That really makes me want to go into the Raid Raptor pack. Can we end on a holo? If we don't pull a UR, we get the Tretch is big. It's great for Rafflesia. All right, well, next week looks like we will be getting a UR. Okay, what are we working on? This is crazy, right? We can use our UR craft on Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardish. I mean, that seems insane. These two are... Wow. I feel like it's got to be this one, yeah. It kind of shits all over the Utopic pack, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't realize DDD was so low rarity. But the extra deck guys are high rarity, so fuck me, I guess. This pack's insane too. Wow. This pack is unbelievable. You have like 5 Raid Raptors. PK pack seems better to have generic rank force. I disagree. So I really think it's this. I really think it's this. This is really hard though. So the problem is we get to craft a UR from a secret pack. Ystrix notably could get rank up Magic Zexal Force. Wow, this is really hard. All right, it's not this one.
We got a Guido.
Hey, we have a guaranteed ultra in this dog shit pack. I gotta call Doug for something, and then we'll So okay, so Doug has said if I pull 5 packs and 10 packs, I can craft the UR from either. Which makes me feel like what we're meant to do is 5 of the Phantom Knight pack, craft Rusty Bardish, and then 10 of the Raid Raptor pack, chill. Other way around. So I don't really want anything in the Phantom Knight pack with the exception of Rusty Bardish. Guess I want Arc Rebellion. I want Fogblade, but we can get that in the 5. We don't really want Shadebrig. Shadebrig's fine. We don't want to play PK? Yeah, we don't. We don't. All right. We're going to do 5. We're going to do 5 PK, 10 raid, I think. Pulling Raiders Knight from either would be crazy. That's my secret cap. We actually already opened Raiders Knight. What happens when you get unlucky and get no Fog Blades? Well, then we get to do the additional 5 in here, and then we can do the 10 in Raid Raptor. We don't get the guaranteed, but it's okay. Jesus Christ, come on. Instant contact. No, thank you. There's a sword. If we don't get Fogblade, we can just chill on sword. Sword's good. I mean, those are pretty good. It's 3, 4. Uh-oh. Last pack. No Fogblade. You get one more. That was 4. Oh, okay. It will just be in this. Shit. Oh, good. It's pre-pack. What the hell is this? Ugh. Ah! Okay, well. You gotta be fucking with me. That's okay. We want the commons. We want the commons. Nest is good. Raider's Wing is this is exactly what we want. I have faith in the birds, and they have faith in me. Singing Lanius is insane. That's all we wanted. That's all we fucking wanted. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I have faith in the birds. I have faith in the birds. Banquet of Millions is interesting. While I appreciate Rev Falcon, I don't think we'll be making it particularly often. Another Raiders Wing. That's our playset, I think. Okay, now I want 4 Strix. That, wow, no monsters. They said, fuck you. You don't get shit. Fuzzy outside the pack. Uh-huh. That's our second Vanishing. Vanishing's crazy. That's our third Raiders Wing, our second Singing Lanius. Soulshave's nuts. It's our second Nest. I really just want 4 Strix here. Mimicry, very important that we have. Just getting the names is good. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting you here. It's our third Fuzzy. Oh. Oh, man, you just gotta believe in the birds, baby. You just gotta believe in the birds. You just gotta believe in the birds, baby. Caw. Oh, okay.
We got a Guido.
Oh! All right. I don't remember asking. Second Mimicry, too. That's nutty. We actually have almost a playset of all of the Raid Raptors we wanted. That's truly unbelievable. That's our first Wild Vulture. Ugh. Awful card. Heal Eagle is good. Oh my god. That... Wow, that's legitimately like the best possible card we could have gotten. So this is the rum that you can set off of Rusty Bardish. Huh. All right, you know, not for nothing. 0 URs in 25 packs, by the way. 0 URs in... They knew I was using free gems. The free gems work different. 0 URs in 25 packs. But we did get everything we wanted, for the most part. We didn't get any of the... thank God we pulled the fucking 4 Strix. I think we are still going to craft the Rusty Bardish. I feel like there's no way we don't craft the Rusty Bardish here. And there's a non-0% chance that we pull a Fogblade or something in a fucking, like, normie pack, just because, like, it's a rare. But we'll be back soon. Bye-bye. You like Arc Rebellion as the craft? No shot. Rusty's crazy. We'll fuck around with it. For now, I will see you. What's your Dark Link to? What do you mean? Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Do we have one? I just assumed we had one. Huh. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, see you all next time. I'll be back 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Wednesday, and I will be studying from now until then. And then after Wednesday, I'm taking a big-ass test on Thursday, so I won't be around to do anything. Then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Not that that matters for you, because I stopped streaming on Wednesday anyway. There were no Raiders Night targets pulled. Ooh, there might not have been. Maybe one of the Xyz dragons. Did we pull? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we'll have to go back and check what we have. Regardless. Bye. Bye-bye. Who am I throwing you to? Is Coder live or something? No Wednesday streams anymore? Yeah, Wednesday streams. Oh, Doug's going to. Here, hold up. Oh, damn, he just stopped. That's why we craft Arc. But if we craft Arc, we should have gone into that instead of the fucking Phantom Knight pack. Yeah, Doug's gone. I'm gonna throw you over to Golden Nova.